It's ugly!
All the
man.
ugly.
The one time we get included in something and it's ugly. We never get included in shit and they made it ugly. I'm so upset.
This is
Wait,
John.
let me see it.
Oh man.
This is John.
It looks like it has ketchup and mustard stains all over it.
Jonathan, you had to go and bring up the gay couches again.
Why would you do this? I'm putting it in the chat.
Because
it's
that was
ugly.
Pandora, that the couch was Mark's while still giving Pandora something expensive.
I'm
That
offended.
she'd have a hard time complaining
I'm
about
offended.
because it was very thoughtful.
Extremely offended.
I'm offended.
That's just blasphemous.
It looks like someone just spread mustard and ketchup all over it.
It looks
And
like
then the
I hate
bisexual
it.
one is all
Ketchup
hands. I'm
all
like,
over it,
excuse
ladies and
me?
gentlemen.
I hate it. I
Like
hate
someone
it.
took
like,
a loaf with ketchup and then another loaf with
Yeah,
mustard.
it's just like,
Alright.
it's a lesbian.
Black
It's
Sean
when I
disgusting.
cross, baby.
And
Is
just
it
look
in
at the
chat?
article because there's like 30 of them.
They're
I-
all terrible too.
Oh my
okay, but hear
God.
me out though. They just did the bi flag dirty. Like, it's the bi flag is aesthetically pleasing for a lot of people. Okay, I'm scared
is.
of. Okay, the flower couch is kind of cute though.
No, when you get to the bi couch, it's the most offensive one of all of them.
It is. It's just
Why?
hands.
Why is
Hi,
the demi?
everybody.
Why does the demisexual flag
Happy
look
Pride Month.
Happy
Happy
Pride
Pride
Month.
Month, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dinner and a
Fucking
Game.
Pride Month.
It's Tuesday, and I have the responsibility to inform you that you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and you will be used to implicate you in being gay. Because it's Pride Month.
Pride Month.
Em, are you okay?
I'm having an aneurysm.
You're so ugly.
So everyone here is currently browsing a website. And that website
so
happens to be a catalog
Of IKEA.
of IKEA furniture themed around Pride. And so far,
I'm sorry, the bondage non-binary couch.
It was last year. I think this was the collection from last year. But anyway.
It
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
from
it looks
last
like
year.
it
It's
looks
from
like
last
it's
we
from
we
last
talked
year.
about this last year too.
Yeah, I don't
Hydrate.
think they're ever doing
know.
a collection again after the fallout from this one.
Can you blame them? They're like, we can't do it again. We offended the gays.
We cannot
God.
survive that twice.
No. And
But the funny thing is, they're still trying to sell them.
Oh
man.
my god, no. I
I
just
love
found
the gender fluid flag too, man.
I
What?
found the pansexual couch.
Okay.
Pansexual
Yeah, the
couch?
pansexual couch is dirty. It's so dirty.
Okay,
did
here we go. I'm
everybody
putting
dirty.
it in our chat. I'm putting it in our chat.
Wow, that looks like a failed art project.
It is the worst.
Let's just be honest. They did all the couches dirty, basically.
They
Yeah.
did.
Agreed.
All of them
I'm
are
gonna have to
awful.
agree. But
I will say the flower one. I like the flower one for like fantasy photo shoots. That one's pretty cool. The rainbow
Flowered
one
one?
with all the flowers. Yeah.
okay, so
Yeah,
it's
that one's
actually.
cool.
I was gonna say, so is it actually a couch or is it just a flower patterned couch that you liked?
It's like
No,
the only
it's-
one
there's,
that's
like-
acceptable. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's the one that's basically an art piece you can't sit on, but they pretend like you can.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. This is
Homophobia is alive and well.
there. You go,
Um,
and it's not tolerated here.
No, not at all.
So it's Tuesday, and Tuesday means it's time for Emerald Sanctums, which is our World of Darkness open world orphan / outcast game, because I can never remember the title of the book. And we are going to be entertaining you by having experiences in the World of Darkness, which is a urban fantasy setting that basically incorporates a lot of the tropes from movies and TV, like such as vampires, werewolves, mages, fae, changelings, and in some cases werecats. But we're going to be going through and trying to survive as a group of outcasts who don't fit into their own societies and therefore have banded together in an effort to keep each other safe. It's been a lot of chaos, and I'm not naming names, but someone may have been kidnapped by a dragon.
It was me. I was the dragon.
Obviously.
You were the dragon.
You were the lady dragon, and I just couldn't help myself. You're right. That's what it was.
That was the
Mark's-
one napping.
And Mark's gonna tell.
Yeah. Mark's gonna tell. Mark's gonna tell Finn on me. I don't know.
Oh no.
So
That's not true. Mark promised he wasn't going to tell Finn.
he did.
Yeah, for
Actually, he did.
yourself, But
So,
And Bastet are very good secret keepers.
yeah,
What a great piece of information to have.
Bastet are great secret keepers as long as the secret doesn't belong to, as long as the secret belongs to the Bastet. But we are going to be doing our best to try and get some actual story in tonight to make sure that you guys enjoy yourselves. And to do that, I'm going to be relying on these amazing people in front of me who are the players for one of these amazing characters. First off, let's go ahead and start. Let's start out with a little bit around the way. Em, why did you hydrate us?
I didn't do it.
Oh, your husband's on. Well then,
I thought he was studying.
yeah, tell him to get back to studying.
He likes having noise while he works.
That's fair.
So we'll start with M this time. M! Who are you
Hey.
playing? Oh, hey! Thank you very much for gifting the sub.
I will be playing our lovely Countess Rosaline. She is a noble she of House Ilunid. Trying to get her fiance back and is apparently getting drunk in the basement right now with her art mentor.
Yep. Who may or may not be able trying to talk her into it.
Poor Rose.
I know. Just goes from bad to worse. First, Mark accuses you of trying to seduce him, and now your mentor is coming along going, yeah, let's go seduce.
No.
Mark didn't accuse her. Mark shut it down.
I know.
Shit.
There was no accusations. This happened. Mark knows, and he's not going to let this happen to his friend Finn.
Well, Rose is his friend too. He's trying to help both of them out.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's not her fault that she can't resist him.
Hey, with Finn and Rose, it was 2 years of tension, okay? 2 years of texting tension. Well, texting.
And that's what makes it
Rose-
worse is that you fell for Mark in an evening, and it took you
Oh
2
my
years to
God.
fall in.
Some enchanted evening.
Oh, God, man.
Hey, no. Here's the thing, though. If there was any romance thing going on, Emery's would have busted a wall down and be like, kiss her!
True.
No, because Emrys doesn't like Mark.
Oh!
Emrys never said he didn't like Mark.
Your daughter's constantly talking about killing him, and you never tell her
You know
not
what?
to.
I think
You
it's
never tell her
Jonathan's
not
turn.
to.
I think it's
this
Jonathan's
is why
turn.
Vera's gonna die,
Just
because you all are gonna bicker, and it's like she's gonna die in the time that you all are fighting. This is why.
So at least we've established why Vera will die now.
Except Vera won't die.
No, stop.
If I know
jinxing
anything
it.
about Ray's going to make it traumatic, which means that Pandora will be responsible for Vera's death.
I was
Oh,
just gonna say that
true,
Kinsley and
true.
Vera are gonna stake each other at the same time and like fall over dramatically. Like
Fall over dramatically.
okay.
Man,
I've
Pandora
had
should
that
have
happen
bitten her
in a
head off
game.
when she
It's a
had the
beautiful,
chance.
dramatic moment.
Ivy, who
Shouldn't
are
have
you
let
playing
Vera go to
tonight?
that coffee shop
Hi.
alone. Should have eaten her.
I am playing the definitely not kidnapped by a dragon. Vera, who is a La Sombra vampire, who is currently gonna try to survive. That's about where we're at.
And is not reeling under the effects of trauma at this very moment.
She is
Perfectly
not. No,
fine.
she did call. Well, she pretended to butt out Emery, so like somebody knows where she is
Yep.
and what's going on. Like it's fine. It'll be fine. You know, in the storm and everything, and you have to try to get to me now. Have
It's
fun with
like-
that.
I just like the whole fact that you called Emery's and the dragon takes off and all Emery's hears is.
I called Emery's before I got on the dragon.
I know.
It's true.
Speaking of Emery's, hi Sphinx.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm tired, but I'm here.
That's me. Not that you're tired, but that you're. Thank you very much for being here. And who are you playing tonight, Sphinx?
I am playing Emery's Malik Grant, the Order of Hermes mage, who is Vera's best friend and is totally not freaking out over the fact that he has just had to overhear over the phone Vera get taken by Kinsley and a dragon, and is pretty much gonna freak out and try and burn everything to the ground.
Again.
Maybe not burn everything to the ground, but
Maybe just
I
Burn
was
a
gonna say, I already
dragon.
did that
Reasonable-
once.
it's
That's
pretty
what got us in
reasonable
this situation.
It's a pretty reasonable response.
I
I'd side
did
with
burn
him.
everything once and got us in the situation, so maybe like don't do that.
Yeah,
Well, maybe this time it'll work better though. Like,
yeah.
That's
Maybe a
true. You know
lightning
what?
a hole
If
through a
you
dragon and
can't
through a
burn
girl.
it once, if you can't burn it once,
Yeah.
just try again. Like
yeah, just try again, and maybe with more fire this time.
right.
More
you
fire.
know?
We're gonna
Yeah.
bring napalm to the
More.
scene.
Yeah, just
Mage fire,
fireier.
Well, think about it this way.
Fire.
Fire will cast shadows, so then you can use those shadows to fight.
He's onto something. That
It's
sure
a
is
thing.
He's
It's a
something.
on to
thing.
something, somewhere, somehow.
That sure is something.
It absolutely is a thing.
Mhm.
It's a
Yeah.
Mark plan.
Mm,
They
yep.
always work.
Yeah, we'll try it. We'll try anything at this point.
We'll see how
Milagros.
that happens.
What?
Who are you going to be?
So I'm playing Pandora, our werewolf who just finally got to hang out with some members of her tribe, the Black Furies, for about 5 seconds before everything caught fire again. And
excuse me, I called you first. You had
no,
a
that's
wonderful
the
moment.
worst part. I'm getting to that part. The worst part is that her current crush, right before she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna die." So like, let me call Pandora and ask her out on a date. Right before I
Vera
die,
Vera didn't know it was gonna happen.
horribly.
Ivy knew it was gonna
die
happen.
a horrible, horrible death.
You can't blame
Um,
Vera. She didn't
And
know.
luckily for Pandora, she's just never gonna get over it because there's no way of getting over that sort of thing.
Ivy knew what
um,
she was doing. Vera had no idea. So
it's
Pandora
gonna
can't
be
blame her.
it's gonna be amazing. She's
It's,
never going to emotionally recover. She just
It's Camille all
just
over again.
managed to start like letting people in and like making friends again and being like, okay, I can care about people. Yeah, that's gonna get nuked. That's gonna get nuked into orbit. She's never gonna have a friend ever again. She's gonna become a hermit and live in a cave. So it's gonna be great.
Look,
Yeah, I don't
Ivy
believe
knew
that.
what she was doing. Vera didn't. Vera was like, "Yeah, I'll ask Pandora out." Like,
Yeah,
sure,
so
whatever.
yeah,
Like,
Pandora
it's
is
fine.
currently looking at caves on Zillow.
He's on
Um,
Zillow.
because that's where she's going to spend the rest of her life. And she is taking the chair with her.
She's taking the
The
chair.
chair is going with her to her cave that she will stay in for the end of till the end of time.
With
yeah.
with as much as everyone fights over that chair, it's definitely not staying at the couch and quill.
Absolutely.
We're gonna get back, and no matter what, who survives, the couch is gonna be in the backyard by the dumpster.
Yeah, tossing the damn chair.
Yeah.
Enough with the chair.
It's not worth the trouble.
And Jonathan, who are you gonna be playing tonight?
I'm playing Mark. Mark is a werecat who also happens to be part Fae, who went to the moot with Pandora and got a super cool invitation that if he can kick this other Black Fury's butt in combat, then he's kind of like in the pack too or something. So, he thinks that's pretty cool. Now everybody wants him. Rose wants him. The pack wants him. Everybody wants him.
Hot commodity. Hot commodity.
It's all coming up pieces for Mark.
There's not enough Mark to go around.
And if you guys noticed, as I introduced everyone and asked who they were playing, their information was put up in chat because everyone here, except for Jonathan, who's the only person here smart enough not to be on social media, everyone else are content creators on social media. So, as always, with
Because we're
content
all
creators-
lunatics.
Yes, absolutely. As always with content creators, if you guys just go and give them a follow, I guarantee, number one, that you'll access to some quality content, and also, it's one of the best things you can. It gives us a burst of serotonin and makes us feel good for the work we put in, type of stuff, and it's just a nice thing to do, and it makes everyone feel better. So, you can go. If you can't, thank you for just being here tonight. But also, because you are here tonight, you have some things we'd like to tell you real fast. Number one, if you follow us here on Twitch, you will be automatically entered to win this set of D&D core books. The Monstrous Manual Player's Guide and the DMG, plus that GM screen. It's in that amazing slipcase. All of it comes in one collection, and this is a special edition collection, so it is a foil embossed cover. That means the covers are shiny, they're sparkly, they don't look like everyone else's books. So if you do make this your main set of books and you decide to take it to the game store with you, you won't have to write your name on the edge in Sharpie to keep it separate, because they're not going to look like anyone else's. Now, we're going to give this away when we hit 1,000 followers here on Twitch, and we're at 789. When I say we're flying through these last numbers, We've been on Twitch for 2 years. So we're flying through these last numbers. It's been amazing, and thank everyone for helping get the word out. Now, next, if you follow us over on TikTok, and I'm going to put our link tree up in chat real quick. If you follow us over on TikTok, we are also doing a contest over there. When we hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, we're going to give away this 3D printed Wizard's Tower. I really got to put a better image in because this one is a 3D printed Wizard's Tower. It's 4 stories tall. Each story lifts off individually, and there are stairs to go up between floors. The roof has a hatch that opens and closes. The front door opens and closes, and every single level breaks down to smaller components. Literally, you could store this entire Wizard's Tower inside a high-top shoebox and have room to spare. So we're going to give this away. We're going to hit 1,000 followers over on TikTok, and currently on the TikToks, we're at 939. So we did get some more followers. Thank you. So we're almost there, and so as soon as we hit that point, we are going to give this away. Now, the last thing I wanted to go over with you guys is every single show, we're going to have a 20-minute period chosen randomly during the show. During that 20-minute period, you're going to be able to collect raffle tickets by putting a command word into chat. Those raffle tickets this month are going to go towards winning this mini. This is the Death Knight on the Undead Dragon from Bloodright Red Rain series by Archvillain Games. Now, the key thing about these minis, these are 3D printable only, not sold anywhere. So you can't buy this in a store. I'm going to print this mini out, and the winner at the end of the month is going to be sent this mini. And the way you're going to win it is you're going to get raffle tickets by putting a command word in chat when the raffle is going. And if you're a subscriber, you're going to get 2 tickets. If you're a follower, you're going to get 1 ticket. You have to be a follower to win, and have to be a follower to get tickets. So that's going to happen randomly during the show. And in the meantime, I think that's... Oh, and also, remember, if you want to do anything to help Dinner in a Game and you have Amazon Prime, never hesitate to use Prime Sub on us if you have it available. Always appreciate it. We thank you very much for doing so. If you want to sub general, appreciate that as well. But there's other ways you can support us. Number one, we have a partnership with Geek Grind Coffee. If you order from Geek Grind Coffee, a small percentage of that order goes to us if you use this link. Geek Grind Coffee is an ethically sourced coffee company. The farms that they provide their coffee beans are almost all women-owned, and the company itself is very much themed into the lifestyle, with a lot of their flavors and combinations coming from like movies that are predominant in the geek culture, such as Legend, and then games like Pathfinder, Starfinder, and other things, other flavors from other things as well. And everything that we have on that is basically set up to basically give you the chance to order incredibly high quality coffee while providing a little bit of kick to the show, which always helps and we always appreciate. So other than that, of course, always we're trying to help our community as well, and we have several members of the community who are having some issues. One of them has, unfortunately, a kitty cat who turned up at his door and was sick, and so it's got a lot of dental work it needs done. But when they took it to the dentist to get the estimate and how much the dental work is going to take, they found out it's also pregnant. So there is a lot of expenses coming up for that cat. So they're looking for some help. And there is another member of our community. She's safe, but she has hard times. And they are looking for some help just getting back on their feet. We have all these links up in a channel that we call We Are One in our Discord. And if you guys could, any of you have the ability to go, if you can contribute to any of their GoFundMes to help them out, it will be good. You're not required to by any means at all, but if you can, and we always chip in as much as we can wherever we can. And that's basically one of the things we say here in Dinner in a Game. You do what you can when you can. So if you can't, we can. But if you can, our Discord, help out there. Finally, there is one other item that we have going on, and that is we're working with a company with another studio called PSK Studios, and they are doing several auctions a year. Those auctions are of painted minis. These are high quality paint jobs, and they basically get minis from companies that donate the minis to them, and then they paint the minis and auction them off, and those proceeds of that auction go to the American Suicide Foundation. Now, in cases and months where they haven't gotten a mini sent to them for free, they do buy the minis. And they have a GoFundMe set up for funds for that. Any money beyond the stuff they need for paints or buy the minis themselves goes straight back into the fund for the American Suicide Foundation. So any money you contribute to the GoFundMe goes back into the charity as well, if they don't have to use it for supplies or buying minis. In the meantime, though, if you guys can go there, if you go to the Gunful GoFundMe, you also see the link back to their Twitch stream where they do live painting shows, and you guys can go ahead and bid on those auctions if you want to. Always remember, only bid what you can afford, but also remember, if you can afford to bid, please, because if someone outbids you, all you've done is increase the amount of money that is going towards the American Suicide Foundation. Whatever you can do, thank you very much. Oh, man, that was a lot. All right, so when we left off, it was a very dull and boring evening, and nothing was happening, and everyone was... That about sum it up? What's wrong, Milagros?
Something to sum it up.
Nothing. I'm just no something. It's just like some gunk in my eye. You know,
Yeah,
just kinda,
really?
just gotta
Really?
fix that. You know,
Really?
yeah.
So-
Summon stuff up. Hang on a second.
So let's do this. Milagros,
What?
you and Mark were at a moot. A moot is a large gathering of werewolves. In this case, it is a very special moot. Because it is a moot for the tribe of werewolves known as Black Furies, which Milagros happens to be a part of. Now, Milagros is, I guess you'd say, a newly born werewolf. Just found out she was a werewolf. How long ago was it? Months, right?
It's been a few years. She was yeah, she was 16 when she was outed and then turned out to be a werewolf, and the werewolf part was fine. The gay part was not, which is still so stupid, but you know, it happened. And she was just kind of a stray for a while. Did end up in pack for a couple of years, but didn't get like kicked out, but like, you know, kind of shoot out. And then she was like, okay, fine.
Was made to feel uncomfortable there.
Yeah. Totally her decision to leave. They totally weren't absolute dicks to her. But you know, she's been on her own for like a good solid year, and then all the shenanigans happened, and she kind of stumbled across this group at the Fae Court when we were blowing stuff up in a helpful way. We were very helpful.
You didn't stumble upon us there.
Like,
You've known us since before that.
no. This group of Black Furies.
Black Furies
Oh,
themselves.
right.
Yeah.
And so
You were about to take real offense.
No,
Let's go.
No, she was with her friends, and then like, you know, they showed up.
And then that happened. Okay, so you guys were you accepted the invite that was provided to you by the Sept leader of the Black Furies in this area. Guys, you and Mark went to the moot. Mark spent a good deal of Rosaline's money on gift bags for all the werewolves at the moot.
She said that I had permission to use the card. She just never said for how long or for what, and she's never said I can't spend anything yet. Now, granted, in fairness, she physically took the card back from me, so she doesn't know that I memorized the number, but she did technically give me permission to use the card and has yet to rescind that.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubting that, you know, you have played the wordy game with this very efficiently.
He is part Fae.
He is. So you've not violated any.
Rosalind's look on her face is just like, I hate that the cat is also Fae and is playing Fae games with another Fae.
Well, you know,
some shit a childling would do.
I don't think he ever really grew up from that. So there you go. But the big thing about it comes down to the fact that got Mark. Because Mark was there and present with Pandora, Mark got invited along to them as well. So currently, Mark and Pandora are at Griffin Park. Is is a park right down from the Golden Gate Park is what it is. Yeah, Golden Gate Park, which is right off the Golden Gate Bridge, and you guys have found the sept, the area they're meeting in, and the initial howl done to open the sept. Oh, to open the actual boot up. After after that was completed, there's usually a time period where werewolves are allowed to greet each other. Old friendships are renewed. It's because werewolves literally come from all over the world to this event. And since it's only the Black Furies, it's Black Furies from all over the world. So you hear many languages being spoken. You hear, I mean, like I said, there's about 70, 80 werewolves here. And so you guys are kind of roaming around. Pandora, you recognize, you actually see some of your old pack members. And most of them like wave at you and they nod to you and everything like that. Are you going to approach anyone?
Sure. Since they waved at me, I'm gonna go and talk to them.
Who would be the first person from your old pack you go and try and get in touch with?
So, one of the, and disclaimer, I've been terrible with my with Pandora and Optica in terms of giving Ray background information because I made them in the middle of like when I was finishing college, and so I just like made them and I was like, let's go, we're just raw dogging it, it's fine. So that was a very, very good choice of words. So she had so one of the
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I feel like the
Picasso.
person who would probably like recognize her and wave. So she had a former pack member named Elena, who was also had a partially Greek background, and she was somebody that Pandora always thought was really cool. She was always like very aloof and serious, and tended to command a lot of respect from people very easily. And she was one of a few people that Pandora was close with that kind of like ghosted her when things got weird with the pack and didn't really like Pandora never really figured out what exactly went wrong with her. Because as soon as it was decided, like, okay, we're not really going to deal with that, she just kind of just ignored her whole cloth. And so, but she has a lot of like fond memories of her and like spent a lot of time with her. So like that wouldn't like she would go over and say hi and try to be like, hey, remember me?
And what was her name again?
Still here. Elena.
Elena? Okay, I thought you. I was putting in Eleanor and I was like, that doesn't sound.
Yeah.
All right. And how old is Elena? Same
Elena's
age or older?
She's a couple years older. Pandora's about 20. Elena, I'd put like probably like 23.
All right. How well did you get to know any other members of the pack other than Elena?
So there was kind of like there was like a trio, and Pandora was kind of like their fourth wheel. And Elena was kind of like the one closest to all the other three.
Gotcha.
And so like that was kind of her little group within the pack, and all of her other connections were kind of through them. Yeah, you would think that way. You would think that way, Jonathan, but they really wanted to be a tricycle. They really wanted to be a tricycle. So again,
Wait,
like
Heathers or Mean Girls?
Heathers. Oh, I love Heathers. Oh, I love Heathers.
Wait, original Heathers or the remake of Heathers?
There's a
Original
remake?
Heathers. I love the musical.
This is a musical.
Oh, okay.
No, there was a remake of Heathers as a TV show.
Oh no, that garbage? Absolutely not.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
I had
version
no
can go to
idea that
hell.
existed.
That version can go to hell.
That version can go to
Original
hell.
Heathers. I love the original Heathers.
All right.
Yeah, so she was like Veronica territory,
Got it.
for sure.
Yeah, Star Knight, the game system. Oh, and thank you very much for the follow, Star Knight. The game system is World of Darkness 20th edition, and we're playing what's called I think it's called I can't even remember. I gotta look up that book. It's either Outcasts or Orphans, and it's basically a game that allowed different types of the different races within the World of Darkness to actually come together and form a group. And that was just to give people the option to play what they wanted to play and not have to restrict themselves. So we have a mixed group composed of a vampire, a mage, a werewolf, a bastet, and a changeling. So yeah, it's called Outcast: A Player's Guide to Pariahs. Yeah. So yeah, it's the 20th edition World of Darkness system. So anyway,
the 20th anniversary edition, right?
20th anniversary edition. Sorry, not 20th. 20th anniversary edition. But yeah. So Pandora, you're walking up to Elena, and she sees you coming, and she kind of she's smiling at you as you're walking up. You don't see the other two members of the tribe of the tricycle, and she's watches you come. She goes, "Hey, how have you been? Haven't seen you around in a bit."
Yeah, I moved so about a year ago. But it's nice to see you.
Good to see you. Yeah, we were just saying that, I don't know if you left the pack or if or just, personal stuff. It was noticed that you weren't around anymore, and no one really had an explanation for it. So I just on, or some people roam as they wish.
Yeah, I was kind of going solo for a while. Not quite considering myself in a pack right now. But I have made some friends, which has been nice. I don't know.
Over at Mark.
Yeah, I was supposed to say, is Mark like right there?
Yeah,
Oh,
Mark is,
yeah,
like,
oh,
right
sorry.
next
Where
to
would
you.
Mark be?
Yeah, like
Mark is like literally right next to Pandora with gift bags in
with the
hand.
gift bags.
She's like, I can see you made friends. Hi, this is really unusual.
His name
Elena.
is Mark.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
I'm Mark.
Good to
I
meet
didn't
you.
realize that Pandora had some previous friends. I mean, she never really talks about y'all, probably because, like, her new friends are really awesome. Did you know that she's friends with a mage, two fairies, and me, and some other friends too? I mean,
I mean,
and you're like a Black Fury, right?
Yeah. Pretty
Like
much.
everybody else here?
Yeah, pretty much.
mhm. Yeah,
Except
well,
for you, of
we
course. Unless
yeah,
you
well,
are.
no, he's a Bastet. He's what's it? It's not albino. It's the opposite of albino.
I'm melanistic.
Yes. Yeah, he's an all black lion. It looks pretty cool.
You could say that I'm my own kind of a Black Fury.
I don't.
I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, I wouldn't either. I mean, I don't want to step on y'all's thing. I mean, I'm doing my own special thing anyways.
I don't doubt it in the slightest. She kind of looks at Pandora, and she says, "Well, you've definitely been active this past year, and you've definitely gone a different path.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope you have plenty of wonderful stories, and that you get to tell them here at the Moot, and maybe get some ranks."
Yeah, hoping for that. That would be very nice. It's been a chaotic several weeks straight for us and our friends.
Gotcha. Well, the Pact has been doing a really good job of patrolling the northern sectors, and we haven't really been suffering a lot lately. It's like everything seems clear. So you guys need a place to chill out and relax for a bit. North is a very safe zone right now. So, I mean, I'm not saying that back or anything. It's a lot calmer than it was. A lot less tension.
That's really nice to hear. Yeah, we might be looking for something more calm at this point. It's been a lot.
Yeah, no. I've heard that there's a lot of weird things happening too, and with the diverse group of friends you have, I could definitely see how it could get get more involved with that. But Everett's been really, really quiet. We are really focusing on keeping everything, keeping nature at its best out there. So, yeah, I'm really proud of the pack.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that they're doing well.
I'm gonna turn before this person walks away, and I'm gonna look directly at Pandora, and I'll be like, "Is it a normal werewolf thing to be so modest? I mean, I'm really proud of you. Like, you're not mentioning the fact that you single-handedly took on multiple like Black Spiral dancers, or that you're on a mission to save the world, or that you've actually accomplished multiple checkpoints along the way, or all the other really cool stuff you've been able to do, like travel into the far deep Umbra, survive an entire like conversation with a mage that's more ancient than most werewolves could even fathom. I mean, not mentioning that stuff, like, that's impressive to me, because it's like the first thing I would have said if I was meeting somebody from my past I'd never met in a long time.
I just don't think this was the point in the whole thing. This is just kind of saying hi to everyone, right?
Oh.
Unless I misremember.
Well, kudos to your modesty, because you're a lot better than me, because I would have absolutely ranted about all the awesome things I had done if I were you. You didn't even mention the dragon either. I mean, you're the one that played the killing blow on the dragon, the ancient dragon. Why didn't you bring that up?
So, thanks, Mark. I'm
definitely looking at this person too, like, you fucked up by letting Pandora go.
So Helena's kind of like just got this grin on her face, and she looks over at Pandora and she says, so now and some glory and definitely some honor there. I am looking forward to. I'm going to nominate you.
Oh, thank you.
It's an honor to the person who leads the tales at the movie.
Yeah, it is. Maybe
I just feel bad for everybody who's going to go after Pandora, because her stories are going to be so amazing. Everybody else is going to be like bad by comparison.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that about anybody here.
And Elena says,
"Oh no, it's not that they didn't have cool things happen, but I mean, do you think any of them got invited to Fae Court to see the Fae Queen?"
Mark, this can wait. This can.
Well, except Alpha did with packs.
Yes, that's how we got here. Is that they were invited?
Yeah, but they left before everything went down.
There is such as a bad tale at a movie.
Yeah.
We're here to celebrate our sisters, and we're here to tribe.
Yes, it's about all of us. It's not just about me. But thank you. I would be happy to share what's been going on.
I am incredibly happy to that no matter what, found a place that like be.
Is she being genuine, Ray? Or is she being...
Oh my god.
You said Heather, so I'm imagining this is all kind of passive aggressive.
Which Heathers is she?
She's Heather.
She's Heather.
Oh, okay.
No. So I don't know. Actually, are you trying to like discern something from this, or are you just asking me in general?
I'm just asking you in general if it seems like this is like mean girl passive aggressive behavior.
If it is mean girl passive aggressive behavior, he is doing a very good job of making it seem very much a non-issue. I mean, you could definitely think that if especially if she and Pandora had bad blood in the past, because I don't think Pandora told you. So if she and Pandora had bad blood in the past, you could definitely think that her trying to be patronizing in some way. But this seems to be actually fairly sincere about what she's saying.
All right, well then I'm not gonna like pick at her if she's not being like mean girlish, but I definitely didn't want her to walk away acting like she didn't think Pandora was something.
No, she sounds genuinely pleased to hear that Pandora's doing.
All right, good. But I'm not giving her a gift bag.
Gotcha. No gift bag here.
I want to wait this out to see if she actually earns one.
Oh, gotcha.
Are there more than 40 people here, or do I actually have enough gift bags for everybody?
There's more than 40 people.
There's more.
Well, then she's not going to get a gift bag unless I think she deserves one later.
Okay. No gift bags given. Gotcha.
No gift
Mark,
bag for you.
understood. So she says, "I'm gonna go," and she kind of like she looks over your shoulder, Pandora, and she's like nodding. She's like, "I'm gonna have to run. The rest of the pack is drifting around somewhere. If you want to say hi to them,
Yeah.
because I mean, just keep what you're doing. I mean, you're gonna start the night off with a bang if your nomination gets in.
Yeah. That'll
Go around and meet the people. I know we didn't get to take you to any of the SEP meetings. Be a really good time for you to get introduced. Like,
Yeah.
In fact, if you don't mind, I can come back by later and actually.
I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, just we have, they're gonna let this kitty chat go on for another 30-45 minutes, and then we'll be getting into the trials.
Ooh, 30 to 45 minutes from now?
Roughly.
Okay.
I mean, it's wolves. Not the best time sense in the world, so.
That's true.
I bet.
Yes. See you around.
Kind of like jogs off, and she runs over to the woman who started the search.
Ooh.
There's
Yeah.
Is she drawing a circle in the ground?
no. Leaning on a staff, and as she walks up to her,
yeah. Okay.
Thayer just talking to her, and looking over at you two, and then talking to her.
Ray, I would like to shift
God.
my ears so that
Oh my
I can
God.
eavesdrop on this conversation.
Okay. Make me that mini roll.
The role that I basically automatically succeed at.
Pretty much. Hey, you could roll nothing but ones and botch. Then
I
your
mean,
ear
it
might fall
could
off or something.
No, his ears should just
technically
disappear, and he just
happen.
doesn't have ears anymore.
Doesn't have ears. Deaf.
It could happen, or I could get 5 successes.
Or you could get 5 successes. All right. So as she walks, she runs up to the lady, and and she runs up to her and she's, "Yes, ma'am." And the older woman, "That one is a member of your pack." I really, they were a member of our pack, but they kind of got lumped in with us because we were back when they, and so she didn't show up for a lot of events. Wasn't really into the whole pack thing. Very much mired in the, had issues at home. The usual thing with what happens to us when we go to change. Wasn't exactly the best fit. Was technically a pack for him. But he says, "What about the other one?" Yeah, that is interesting, isn't it? I don't know what Maria was thinking, but I guess he got an invite. And since he's not a werewolf, there's only one person who could invite him. The old lady looks up at her and says, "Well, I'm going to talk to him." Turns around and starts leaning on the staff, but she ends up walking off. So, what are you two doing now?
How far is Maria from where we are?
Stepped Alpha? She's in this. She's basically probably about 20-30 yards circle. She is surrounded by a large group of other Black Furies, 10 of them, and they are having a very animated conversation.
Cool. I'm going to grab Pandora by the arm, and then I'm going to take her about 15-20 feet away from them to another group of Black Furies, and I'm going to kind of run Pandora into them, and I'll be like, "Hey, have you met my friend Pandora?"
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And then pass out some gift bags, to kind of ease this transition over a little bit as I begin to eavesdrop on the next conversation.
So you're walking over and you're like, "Have you met my friend Pandora?"
Have you met Pandora?
And one of the women you kind of like push past to come into this little group, looks down at you and is like,
Pandora's immediately gonna take like a couple steps back and be like, "I'm very sorry to interrupt."
I didn't barge into the conversation Maria was having, just something that was nearby.
Yeah,
No,
I know.
this is
that's what I'm saying. This is another werewolf entirely.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
okay.
part of the group of 10 that Maria was talking to. She's looking down at you and she's like, "Oh wait, you're in your Glabro, right?"
I would have gone back to my Hispo because that's what I'm comfortable in. But it's
mean
like my
Hamid?
Glabro.
Oh, Hamid is his human form.
It's my one step away from human. I'm
That's
in that
Glabro.
form.
Yeah, that's
Okay, yeah,
Glabro.
Glabro.
Hispo is the big giant.
Yeah, Hispo's like
Yeah.
the horse wolf.
Yeah.
Horse
I
lion.
did that so I could
Horse
howl.
lion. Gotcha. All right, so you're still over 6 feet tall then at this.
Not by much, because
I
I,
know,
have a
'cause-
very human-like.
Yeah.
I'm still taller than him.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
So, but
I'm not trying to win a height contest with you.
so this wolf, they're looking you like in the eyes, and so they're at least as tall as you, and so this look at this there, and and then they're looking at you, and they're like, "Can you maybe like to be touched?"
Yeah, that's no problem. Pandora's gonna take a solid step back.
By touching them?
Then you kind of shoved your way in.
No, I'm saying I walked over to the group and I'm pushing Pandora with me in towards the group so I can
okay. I'm sorry.
Friends right
I
now.
misinterpreted that
Pandora
saying
by
as
the
you were like
arm, and
you were
then I
like
start,
elbowing your way into the group and thrusting
No!
Pandora
Hey,
into
what
the
the fuck
center
is
of the
up,
ring.
y'all?
I basically grabbed Pandora by the arm and then drag her along with me to a group
Got
of
it.
werewolves nearby where I want to eavesdrop.
Got it.
And then I'm like, "Have you met my friend Pandora?"
Sorry, then let's rewind that. So it's Pandora, you kind of slide Pandora in, and one of the other wolves goes like, Pandora.
And the only touching is to hand out the gift bags.
Gotcha. Pandora, and they're all taking gift bags and looking inside, and one of them's like, Pandora, nice to meet you. Who's your friend?
Yeah, so his name is Mark. He's a Bastet. And
oh, wow.
part Fae too, I think. I'm
Yeah.
not quite sure how that works.
And how exactly did Mark come to here?
I was
Maria
invited. It's amazing.
Invited him. You can check what's in the bag to see why.
She's holding the bag, opens the bag, looks in, it's like,
I'm pegging this one as the kind of person that would have appreciated the Weird Al Yankovic tickets. So that's the bag I gave her.
okay. Look at that, it's like, okay, yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Puts it back in the bag,
That's
pulls
why,
out the
yeah.
tickets, is like, Weird Al Yankovic. Zane's like, oh, mine just broke.
Yeah.
Oh, Ray, I need a gift that breaks chains so that they'd all appreciate the gift bags better.
Oh my god. No, you can't go around just snipping people's chains.
Besides, everyone knows that their wallet chains break all the fucking time. It's
Yeah.
just a thing.
And there's a pack of 3 in there.
It's like, that is very thoughtful. Wow. And so I'm assuming you're just kind of you're in there and you're kind of drumming Pandora up in this conversation.
Well, I need to listen to what they're saying, so I'm going to drum her up initially so that I can then break away from the conversation and up to eavesdrop. So I'll be like, oh yeah, no, I heard that they're going to nominate Pandora to speak first at the moot, and she has the best stories. So I'm telling you right now, it would be a shame if you don't vote for her. You've never heard her stories before. It's a first time. She should really be the one that gets nominated. And you want to know why she should get nominated?
Oh my god. It's been a very chaotic few weeks.
Do you want to hear the story about her fighting a Nefandi twice on 2 different occasions, or do you want to hear the one about when she fought the dragon? Those are just 3 stories, and there's a lot more than that. And I think that might be enough to start eavesdropping.
There are.
Okay.
Yes, it's been. I don't quite have a pack, but I do have a close group of friends that includes a mage and a Fey Countess and Mark and another mage. So we've been getting into a lot of trouble together for a while.
They're all kind of looking around at each other. It's like, how long have you been away from the Furies and from wolves?
A better part of a year. But I've only been running with this group for like just a few weeks. I just found a spot. It's called the Couch and Quill. It's back in Seattle. It's really cozy, and I liked hanging out there a lot. And the owner is a mage. And yeah, so it's I kind of struck out on my own, but I'm really happy to be here and to be with the Furies again.
They kind of they're nodding.
This chat is ridiculous. Vera's just sneezing on the back of the dragon.
Vera's like, what? I keep feeling secondhand embarrassment. Like, this is a really weird
She
time.
doesn't even need to breathe, but she's like, "Achoo, what the fuck?"
So, you guys,
Cold
so
air
I'm
and all.
assuming this is Mark is now running a campaign to get Pandora nominated to speak first.
This feels
Going
like a high
around
school
giving out,
election.
giving out key gift bags to key people, that type of thing.
I mean, well, I'm trying to eavesdrop at the moment, but yes, I'll get back on that once I'm done figuring out where this is headed, because that might derail plans somewhat.
Gotcha. Well, no, they're very friendly. The Pandora, a couple of them start asking questions about like, what dragon, and stuff like that. So they're trying to get information out of Pandora. Pandora, how much are you what are you telling them? How much are you telling them about it?
So, Pandora doesn't know like all like the mage stuff, but she knows the gist enough to make it to kind of continue on like the kind of path that Mark started, which is making everything sound very impressive, but by accident, because she's just being very blunt about it, where it's like, well, there's this okay, in like Norse mythology that like they made like the world tree out of like a body. So the magic of our world is powered by this dragon. And it ended up, well, first it was in this kid that we had to find, but it's in my mage friend's adopted daughter right now, and they're kind of bargaining with each other over control of her body and control of her powers. It's done a lot of really crazy things, but we had to kind of fight it first to get it to not end the world. I think it's been very confusing and kind of convoluted.
All right, so yeah, there comes a time in the conversation where they're all looking at each other, and they're all like, "Wow."
This is what happens when you don't run with other werewolves. Okay, the world almost ends.
Which is, I think, maybe why we get warned against it.
Yeah, honestly, it's been exhausting. There have been a few stints of like no sleeping for any of us, because like one thing would happen and then the next thing.
I'm gonna
my
break
friend
home terribly
What?
out of eavesdropping and just be like, if Pandora wasn't around with
my
the
God.
rest of us,
Oh
the
my
world
God.
would have ended a week ago. So you really should rethink this whole "don't mingle with other people" thing, because
Oh my
the mingling
God.
is the only thing that saved the world. I mean, Pandora was vital, critical, and then just go back to
I-
eavesdropping.
Thank you again, Mark. I mean, I just kind of there as like the tank at this point.
Yep.
It's
So that whole little conversation happens for quite a while, actually, as you guys are kind of like, as Mark is doing his best to drum you up, and you're doing your best to overcome massive anxiety.
Yep. Yep.
So we're gonna switch over. Emery's.
Yeah.
So your phone rang,
Yep.
and you heard Vera talking to Kinsley.
Yeah.
Some of it was
sure
muffled and
did.
weird, but you heard Vera talking to Kinsley. And then there was like just a roaring noise for a long time. Not a long time. There was a roaring noise that started up. So what are you doing?
I'm assuming I'm still in the house, so I'm
Yes,
just kind of running, like trying to find someone, and then realizing that like Pandora and Mark are gone. Can't obviously tell Vera because Vera's on the other end of the phone, and I don't know where
I
M
sent
has-
you an address. I did send you the address.
It's true, and
Of
I
the
don't
cafe.
know where
Rose
where
is.
Rose is gone, but I assume she's at the Bellfire. I'm like, house, I need Rose. Where's Rose?
A glowing arrow appears on the floor that points down the hallway towards the elevator.
Okay, I'm just gonna like phone still in the hand, just booking it to the elevator, like slamming on the button to go down. Take me to
The
Rose,
door,
please.
that hallway goes behind the kitchen, and behind the kitchen, there's actually a large room on the left-hand side of the hallway that is actually the art studio. And on the right-hand side, there is another set of doors, another door that leads into pretty much the gym, which is below all the bedrooms.
Okay.
And so as you're running down the hallway, the door to the studio opens up, and Penny comes out. And she's got her painting smock on, and she has like a brush in hand. And she's just like, what's going on? As she sees you run by.
Vera went to go see Kinsley, and
Why?
there's roaring, and I don't know.
There's-
Kinsley invited her out, and there's the huge roar, and then there's this weird static, and I think something has happened. Ah!
Why does this stuff always happen? Why?
I don't
We
know.
can't get a night off.
We're chaos. I don't know.
Literally.
Ah,
Like,
I
all
need
right,
to-
you see her, she goes like, I'm, hang on, and she's like pulling the smock up over her head, and she just like rolls the brush up in the smock and throws it back in the room, and she's like, let's go, and she goes running down the hallway. She's like, she stops. Wait, where are we going?
to find Rose.
Okay.
And then to gear up
Probably downstairs.
because we're going after Vera.
Going at elevator.
Elevator. Okay.
You go right down. You pile into this old like
No.
what?
I said, oh no.
You pile into this old rickety elevator. She closes the grate. The elevator goes down. Takes like a full 2 minutes, and the whole time Penny's like, "Come on!" She keeps on like trying to push the lever further to make it go
just like
faster.
pacing like the back wall. It's like
There's barely enough room to pace in here.
He's doing a lot of turning then.
So but it finally gets down to the bottom. Rosalind, you hear the elevator coming down. What are you doing down here?
She has been explaining to Molly what is going on.
Uh-huh.
She's like, and she's a little buzzed at this point.
I was gonna
'cause
say
Molly-
every single time, every time you
Molly.
take a long pause to think about what you need to say next, Molly pours you another drink.
Molly, no, I don't need any more wine.
None of us need wine. What are you talking about? It's not about need. Well,
Molly,
you probably do need wine, but that's not what I'm saying right
Ah. Now,
now. So,
I have caught you up on everything that has happened. Now we got to figure out how to get a chimera of that level to fix him.
doesn't just have to be a chimera, sweetie. That's so powerful to channel energy. But a chimera would be best.
Yeah,
That's our
I,
type.
I
of...
would feel safer with that.
All right.
So much safer.
We can't make the chimera to sacrifice.
Mm,
I don't have. I mean, I guess I could make something like that. But
I have read in times of severe emotional stress, duress, creativity or emotional states can make one randomly.
Yeah, absolutely. If we were like in the dreaming, well, we're near a pretty decent Hellfire,
Yep.
but you understand they're made out of something, so Hellfire would probably take a bad hit if something like that happened.
Well, we can go into the dreaming.
Keep dreaming. Something bad.
Shit.
Never know. I mean, all kinds of stuff in the
Yeah.
deep dream. That's where the old thing.
Yeah, but we'll have to go through the mist and all that, and that's not a good time. And
Not at all.
I'd rather try the creation route.
About that time, you hear the elevator coming down.
All right, who's dead, who's dying, and who got arrested?
Molly swings her legs off the bed and puts her feet on the floor. All right, now we're gonna get the party started. Finally, more people.
No,
Rose,
Molly,
Rose,
what?
Rose.
What?
Vera
What?
went off to go and meet with Kinsley.
Why didn't you go
and
with her?
She didn't
Hydrate.
want me to go with her. She was asked to come alone.
Okay,
and
has that stopped you before?
No, I'm trying to be Listen, that's not the point. The point is that Vera called me, and like while they're talking to Kinsley, and I think Kinsley has taken her, and I don't know where, but there was there seems to be some kind of creature. It was roaring. It was very loud, and now it's a lot. And I just kind of thrust the phone at it. And now there's a lot of static. And I don't know what's happening.
Okay, it could have been the dragon that y'all described to me earlier.
Molly's like, there's already a dragon? Why
Yeah,
are we bothering?
I already.
Why don't we just go get... Wait, there's a dragon.
Yeah, I explained this already, Molly.
I know, no, I know that.
And then there's
Hi,
a
I'm
dragon in
Emrys.
her.
That's a thing. It's not even actually a dragon.
Yes. I've already explained this, Molly.
Yes,
Emery's, this is Molly. Molly, this is Emery's. And this is Penny.
Charmed.
Penny's like
Penny.
better, and she said, she looks at Molly and she says, "I love your." Molly's like, "Okay." Penny's like, "Do you know who that is?"
I have no idea who that is. Who is it, sweetheart?
Okay, so there's this street art that appears randomly all over the place.
Like Banksy?
Kind of, sort of, but this is like for kids, girls, and stuff like that.
Oh,
And it just came out a couple of years.
I think I've seen a couple of those pieces. Oh, that's you. That's you.
Yeah, that's my art mentor.
So she's your mentor.
Like, you gotta fight it off. Turning into a grump really sucks. So you gotta come up with ways to.
Mm-hmm.
So
kids,
they're great.
You're also one of the. Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you're like Sunny then.
Sunny?
That was the one that sacrificed himself on the trod.
Oh. I guess I'm not a satyr though. I'm a knocker.
Oh, right. Yeah. No horns and thing.
Yeah.
Right. You're right. It's wonderful to meet you. I really hate to interrupt. Fear isn't, and I turn back to Rose. Fear is in danger.
Okay.
And we gotta do. I don't know where the Kinsley and this dragon are taking her.
Okay.
but-
Doesn't the phone have the track-a-majig on it?
Track-a-majig.
Yes, and we did find my iPhone. Yes, we did. Hang on.
So you got the phone out and you're trying to figure out where the app is and trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Penny just like calmly takes the phone away from you. It's just like, okay, I got it. Don't worry.
All right.
And she begins hitting the
I'm a little
buttons on the
heightened.
phone. And right as she goes like, okay, here it is, and she like goes to hand you the phone back, it's like it shows that she's moving out over the bay, and she's handing you the phone, Emery's.
Uh-huh.
And right as she hands you the phone, she just throws her arms backwards, and she just keels over on the floor on her back, and she begins shaking.
Penny. Oh no, not this again! And I'm just gonna lay on the Penny or
Dragon thing.
dragon.
Lizard.
Lizard bastard.
Yeah.
Marco, Polo, talk to me. Who are you?
So as you kind of like saying over Penny, there is a rush of heat, and from her entire body, see this serpentine figure just come out of her and go flying up, and it goes through the ceiling, not penetrating it, just through the ceiling.
That's new.
What the hell?
I don't know what we're meant to do. Penny's on the ground and
Penny has stopped spasming, but she's just laying there on the ground.
Okay.
Watch over her. I was gonna run back to the elevator.
Emery,
and-
stop. You running off in a panic is not gonna help anyone.
While kneeling down beside Penny.
It's gonna help someone.
No, it's not. You're gonna make mistakes and get yourself killed.
Okay.
She's breathing. She's alive.
Thank you, Molly.
Like, put
Now,
her in
do
the
you
bed.
want a glass of wine?
No. I
And
make
Molly kinda
stupid
looks at
decisions
you.
when I'm drunk. No.
Is this the one that has?
Yeah.
So that was probably the.
Yes. Maybe.
And
I don't
you
know.
mentioned this other dragon, and then it goes flying off.
That sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Thinks there's about to be a fight.
I mean, very likely. Yes.
Territorial?
No, I mean, if those are the opposition, and they brought out a big gun,
Then maybe
then-
it's being our big gun, perhaps.
Well,
or it's
Stands
seizing
to
an
reason.
opportunity.
yeah.
Stands to reason.
Also, I'm trying to get one of our key people up for more magic right now.
I
Okay.
think we're about to have access to a shit ton of magic. If we can catch up to that fight, there's gonna be a lot of magic to.
Yeah, but
Then we should
Thing
probably
can't
do
lead the
that.
balefire.
Can we?
Won't.
All right, Molly.
She
What's
walks over your
happening?
balefire. Like, may I have access to balefire, my lady?
You may, Molly.
She says. She pulls her hands out of the balefire, and she begins moving her hands in a circle. As she does, the balefire begins to turn in like a vortex. And then she basically she moves one hand out and away from herself. A line of the spiraling fire comes out, and it begins just curling around Finn, or curling around the golem.
The seeming.
The golem?
Yeah, the
Oh,
golem.
okay.
And as it does, you see her other hand come out, and the seeming lifts up and floats down on top of the golem. And the fire begins moving around them, and it's like knitting back and forth together between them. And as soon they're encased in basically in balefire, but they're still two separate things. And at the end, she kind of just like moves her hands, and then she does this like gesture like this, and the balefire severs, and you notice that your balefire looks smaller,
Mm-hmm.
but also that the seeming and the body are now encased in what looks like balefire.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Molly kind of like looks a little bit drained, but she says that should stave off banality for quite a while, even somewhere. Even if we were going to go into government offices.
Mm.
Gross.
Remind me when we get back to drain some of my own magic back into the balefire.
Hoping that if we can get this right, I need to.
All right.
I'm going to. I remind. I'll just do it. And
Molly, do what?
What are you doing?
I've got to get something. Things.
Don't you sass me.
I'm not sassing anyone. She holds her hands. She holds her hands up like this, and she goes like that, and you see a cabinet doors open up in front of her out of nowhere. And she reaches into cabinet doors, and she pulls out what looks like a very large glass container with one of those snap-down lids. And inside the glass container, there is a a spiral of brass that comes down into it. And on the top of the cap of the brass container, there is a large brass end point, like just a round knob of brass on top. And she's like, she takes 3 of these out, and she says, should be able to battery up enough juice. Then she goes and like, but just to be safe, she pulls out 2 more, and she's like, these are all I have.
Oh no.
What?
Can I peek into this cabinet? Can I peek into
that?
the cabinet?
You look in the cabinet.
Yep.
You see through the cabinet that there is facing into what looks to be a lab. There's doors open the other way too.
You've been doing things that I didn't even know you were doing.
This is when you get older, sweetie. You gotta fill your time as you can.
Ugh.
I'm sorry. What's in the jars? What is
Every
that?
person, every being has magical essence. Some people
Sure.
call it the spirit of Gaia and Gnosis. Some of them we call it glamour.
Call it quintessence. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. And then she says, but the essence of it all, magic.
Right.
I have these devices that allow me to store raw essence.
That's raw magic.
It will be. 2 problems.
Sure.
It doesn't last a heck of a long time. And it's really unstable.
So basically arcane nuclear material.
Well, yes.
I don't really like to think of it as a waste byproduct, but
It's not, but
energy.
It's or like nuclear or magical cold fusion, maybe.
I guess that'd be a better one. But all we have to do is find the nexus of this fight
The
and
center?
bring these things into that point, middle of the fight itself. And they will get enough charge and juice from all the magics that are being flown around, fill up and get us quite a bit of power. But then we have to make it out of there. And
Right.
can't let any of these things take any hits, or you'll be blown to kingdom come.
Okay. That definitely
She holds up
complicates
one of the
matters.
empty canisters. She says, one of these
Yeah.
will level this entire house.
Okay.
And I
Right.
can only buffer it so much, even as it turning into a being of an element.
Well, the biggest thing about it is it's not going to be about how much you can buffer it, considering it's going to be in the middle of the fight.
Yeah.
I brought extras because I figure at least one of them's going to.
Okay. That's all well and good. What about my daughter? And I'm just gonna gesture at the ground at her.
That's another thing. Did this thing ever indicate what would happen to your daughter if it dies?
No, I don't think it did. There did seem to be an indication that if it dies, bad things will happen to reality.
I
But
mean, that's its concept, of course. A
All right.
magical construct.
I feel like
As-
we need to talk to the lizard.
we'd have to catch it first because it just
No, lizard.
the lizard that just came out of Penny and went.
Mhm.
I think that's what he was talking about. So
That's what I'm saying. The wizard.
I've
just
been
went,
drinking, and this is your fault, Molly.
like, oh, he like reaches into her pocket. He pulls out what looks to be like a little round container, and she goes, "Fine." She just walks up to you and she puts it against your forehead, and you feel something warm,
Ah!
and you suddenly have this round spot in your forehead, like you stuck a vacuum cleaner hose under your forehead, and she like pulls it out, and she's like, "You just can't handle your liquor, and you are
I don't
violently
drink.
sober."
I don't drink, Molly.
I kind of like lean over to Molly. Yes, you really can't. It's a thing.
Like I told her, she needed to build up tolerance.
I only drink socially.
I understand that, sweet. Only drink socially.
Let's
go get
not,
social.
Did you not have a weird college period where you just drank with your
No.
classmates?
No. Because I'm only 22, Emery's.
Right. I keep forgetting how young you are.
That was last week for me. Not the 22 part, but the drinking with college
The
kids.
drinking with college kids.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You forget, like 2 years ago, I was literally fighting not to get married. So,
She was. I was there.
yes,
Wait,
I know you were there.
Was it a literal? You said literally fighting. Was it like an actual like fisticuffs?
Okay, figuratively fighting.
Okay.
Verbally fighting.
Well,
Let's
for you,
go
that's about as
now.
bad. Yes, that's where we need
We're
to go. Do we?
going.
Oh,
do we?
need
Do
to
we?
fly?
Do we leave Penny here? Like how? What do we do
I
with?
told you
what
to
do we
put her
do
in the
with
bed. Did you put her in the bed?
Oh, right. Put her in the bed.
Tuck her in.
I'll tuck her in, give her a kiss on the forehead. I'm gonna go get my gear and meet you in the kitchen
No. Meet in the driveway.
driveway. Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
One thing, Brisket, where are you?
It pops up.
Do you want to go with, or do you want to keep an eye on Penny?
Jumps up in the bed and sits down on Penny.
Watch Penny.
Nods.
Before I leave, like I hear that, and I give I pull that protective charm out of my pocket. I hand it to Brisket. Like, thank you, and then I walk off.
Gotcha. As Emery's is walking off, you see Rosalind. You see Brisket. He takes the protective charm and he like crawls up on Penny's chest and he reaches around. And he puts it around her neck.
Good boy. You're a good boy, Brisket. Good boy.
Newfound levels of respect for Brisket.
Yes, he is the bestest of boys.
So you guys start hanging out. Molly goes right up. You guys go upstairs in the elevator. Emery's, you run off to your room. Molly and you go outside, and she's like, "All right, so I figure we're gonna need to go fast, yeah?"
Rose is gonna summon her sword.
Okay, no problem. It appears it's floating behind you. Molly looks up, and is like, "Oh, that's a new toy."
Mm-hmm.
Like,
One of the last things Liam gave me.
like oiled
No, he didn't.
kid.
No.
Like none of us ever really were, we're a youngin'. None
Yes.
of us were, so.
I know childlings are
God
very
tell you.
rare. Yeah, it must be treasured. It must be cherished. I know.
Yeah, you're the whole reason I still have this. And a car comes rolling up the driveway on its own. Have you ever seen the movie Shitty Shitty Bang Bang?
Yes.
It is that old jalopy. And she says, you used to love this thing.
Rose is already running to it. Shotgun!
So Emery, as you come out, your stuff.
Yeah, I come out. I'm also wearing Penny's oversized overcoat.
Mhm.
But I've got like my holster on. I've got my staff. I've got my wand. I have.
I'm running
like, a
out the
small
door, and you see Shitty
vest,
Bang
yeah.
Bang sitting in the driveway with Molly behind the steering wheel and Rosaline in the passenger seat.
It's real. It's real. It's really real. And I just jump into the back seat.
Yeah, I know. This was
As you
one
guys
of
get
my
on,
favorite childhood things.
Molly has she's a knocker, so she's wearing goggles. So she reaches up and she like pulls the goggles down, puts them over her eyes, and she goes, "So number one, if you ever saw the movie, this thing handles like shit. Number two, it is louder than hell. Number three, it's really fast, so hang on."
Oh,
Seatbelt.
hey,
There
text
isn't any.
Pandora or Mark. Text
Oh.
Pandora or Mark.
Oh, right. I was gonna text them. Vera, just like really short in the group chat. Vera kidnapped, dragon, riding in a chitty bang bang, going after
Can I look in the glove compartment?
Huzzah.
Are her goggles? Are
Huzzah?
Rose's goggles still there?
Huzzah!
The ones that you had when you were little.
Yep.
Like, Emrys is in a state. He doesn't know what the fuck this is doing.
I just like that in his like Vera kidnapped dragon. Huzzah! Like
Huzzah!
We're going after her. Huzzah!
It is time for an adventure.
Adventure.
Yes. Rose will find a spare set of goggles besides her own, and then hand Emery's a set.
Puts them on. And he's like holding his staff like super
Holding
like
that big handle on the outside of the car. That's on the outside of the car. Just, is everybody ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
I'm going to sing the song.
You see Molly grabs a hold of the steering wheel, and you see her knuckles go white as she's gripping the steering wheel. Like, I never liked this part. And she like
I love this part.
she slams the lever forward, and the car just like, what it feels like is the car just begins to stretch and get longer and longer as the front end starts going away. And then when it gets to you and Molly, you guys feel yourself snap forward, and you are hurtling through the air, but the back of the car is still stretched out behind you. And so Emery's, as you see it come forward and you see them, they just fucking disappear forward as the car is stretched out. When it hits you, same thing happens. You snap up and you're right behind them. And then the rear of the car snaps up behind it. And you guys are like, you don't even know how far away, but you're in the air and you're coming up on the bay.
And I'm bang bang, bang.
You see below you, you see the dragon, and it is sailing straight out over the bay. You see though, about halfway across the bay, there is that huge black form flapping its wings, and you can see that the black form is about twice the size of the dragon.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
And the dragon is
All right.
making a beeline for it.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Let's go. Let's get this point down there.
So this is what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna take a break.
We love that.
And I think we're gonna go ahead and start the contest on the break. So let me go ahead and get that queued up real fast. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, all you have to do, we're gonna start this contest up, and all you have to do is, oops, wrong button, is go ahead and type the keyword in chat when we start the contest up. And then when we do that, oh, ignore this, I forgot to close out the last contest. So when we do that, you're going to have 20 minutes to type that keyword in chat, and then that keyword will give you either 1 or 2 raffle tickets depending on whether or not you're a subscriber. The Blood Right Red Rain model, this Undead Knight on an Undead Dragon by Archvillain Games, is going to be the end of the month giveaway, and so we're going to start that right now. And so you have 20 minutes, and the keyword for this is !vampire. And so I'm going to go ahead that off, and we're going to be back in 15 minutes. So we're going to be back at 9:40. So we will see you guys back in just a little bit, and thank you.
the final battle, which I'm very sad
What
about.
did he say?
What the final battle? Why is everyone trying to call this the final battle?
We did not all say that. M said
No.
that.
I
Feels
know.
like it. I said it feels like it.
All right. So you guys can see the dragon, and you can see the legion.
Are we back on?
Sorry. Hi, everybody. We're back.
I was about to say, okay.
Let's right into it.
We are back. Sorry about that. Thank you all for letting us take a little bit break. And yeah, I was getting right back into it. I'm sorry. All right. So, and also the entry for the giveaway is already closed. So we will go ahead and add those into the list. And remember, you can see a running tabulation of who's got how many of these raffle tickets in our Discord channel. And I gotta update that, but that's where we're gonna put them. So now, Pandora,
What?
the Sept you guys have been talking, and Mark's been doing his PR campaign for you, and everyone is gathering around the circle because they're about to begin the challenges.
Yes.
Challenges are something that's done in a werewolf sept for werewolves to increase in rank within the pack. They actually have like numbered ranks in the pack. It goes up to rank 5. And a rank 5 is basically, if you make it to rank 5, you are a hero of legend of werewolf. So right now you are basically rank 1, and you're trying to get enough information, glory, honor, and renown to get yourself up to rank 2. For Arunes, Auspice goes. It's almost all fucking glory. I don't even think they need a single point of honor to get to rank 2. I think they need 3 or 4 points of glory and 1 point of no, wisdom. They don't need wisdom. It's glory, honor,
Wisdom.
Yeah. I don't think they need a single point of wisdom. They need 3 points of glory and 1 point of honor, or 2. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I looked. So, the way that works is you basically go to a group of werewolves meet usually on a full moon, and they come together and they actually tell tales to each other about the deeds they have achieved. And if the tales are considered to be worthy, then the pack, tribe, or sept votes to give them renown. And they can give you, like, for that tale I will give you 2 glory, or 1 honor and 1 wisdom, something like that. So it all comes out to it. And those are called temporary honor points. And you gain 10 temporary honor points to get a permanent honor point. But right now I do believe you only have 3 glory. Because that's what a rune.
2 glory and 2 honor.
2 and 2? Oh, they changed it.
Yeah, on my character sheet.
Gotcha. Alright. So, you guys, but the circle is being called, which means everyone's gathering around. And Elena comes over with most of the other pack, actually. And as they get in the circle around, as the circle's around, your old pack comes and kind of sits around you and Mark. And Elena kind of nods to you, and she says, we're going to be like, kind of looks over Mark's like, your PR buddy was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's very enthusiastic for sure.
He obviously cares about you.
Yes, he does.
I have never seen anyone give out that much.
Yeah, he got a whole brick of it. It was a whole
We'll
ordeal.
talk about that later, but we're going to talk about that because buddies.
Yeah, I think he might end up being a lot of people's plug now. After this.
So everyone's kind of all chuckling and gathering around. So the moot's getting around. The primary Galliard is actually Maria, and a Galliard is the teller of tales. Werewolves. They are the warrior poets. They are the ones who keep the lore for the tribes and for these packs and the septs. And Maria is a Galliard, and so she is stepping forward to begin actual telling of tales. And so as she steps into the center of the ring, we're cutting back up to the sky. Vera, you're on the back of this thing. Thought it was a dragon. It looked like a dragon. As you're climbing up, you realize that this thing made. At first, you thought it was made out of people, it keeps on changing. Faces keep on rising to the surfaces in and trying to like push. Hands keep on trying to force their way out. Feet keep on pressing against it. Everything like that. And it's like people are fighting to get out of this thing. Even where you're sitting, you're constantly feeling something like poke you or push you, move you, or even at times you think try and bite you. Kinsley is kind of just sitting there and she's looking ahead, and she kind of looks over at you, and you can't really hear each other. The wind just whips by, and she kind of just like smiles at you, and just very quietly mouths, "It'll be." So you're sitting there and you're moving through sky, and as Kinley says this, kind of like, and you just look around because you don't want to look. You just do not want to look at her.
I cannot with you two right now. We're helping.
We're coming. We're on our way.
Yeah, it's gonna be over soon for you,
So
maybe.
you look-
Yeah.
You're kind of looking around, and as you're looking around, you see coming up from below the dragon that you're on, the dragon. It is silver gray. It is streaking up from below on the water, and you're sitting there. You have 1 second, look at it and go, "What's going on?" before it slams into Legion hard enough that both of them are flying up into the air from the inertia. And Vera, don't know how to fly, but you apparently do.
Oh,
At least until gravity catches up.
Yeah. Yep.
And Kinsley, you see flying off in a completely separate direction.
Okay, great. Great.
Pandora, you are sitting there, and Maria is about to open her mouth to start saying something. And in the sky, not very far off, but over the bay a little bit, and right near the bridge, there is a giant explosion of light, and there is a thunderclap. And everyone spins and looks, and as everyone looks over there, you guys see two figures, draconic figures, locked into each other and just tearing into each other and tumbling around in the sky. You can barely make out two forms falling through the sky down towards the bay, and what looks to be a really old car flying in the sky.
This is the most messy, like.
Pandora's
Ray-
gonna lean
Ray?
over to
Uh-huh.
Elena and be like, "So you
Can-
know that chaos I was telling you about? I'm 99% sure that either all of my friends are involved in that, or at least a couple of them."
So what were you gonna
Can
say?
we make out any details about the two forms falling from the sky?
Are you gonna enhance your eyesight?
Yeah, might as well. We might as well figure out what's going on.
All right, go ahead and make me a roll. That means you have to drop your ears, though, right?
I
Yeah.
don't have to. But I
you
mean,
don't?
there's no reason to have the ears up anymore.
I thought you had to. You can only have one enhanced at a time, unless you. Took
It's
the form
it's partial
completely.
transformations. It just means that you don't go into the full form. You're just taking pieces of it. It just makes it more difficult to transform. But there's no reason to have the ears anymore, so I don't care if I lose them. I mean, I
Got
don't
it.
need enhanced hearing anyways.
Got it.
4 successes.
All right, no problem. So as you enhance your vision, number one, you can see much easier through the night. You look up and you can see that there's two forms falling through the air. Both of them, actually. Vera, how long does Vera keep her hair?
It's a little longer than mine.
You see one of them, and you can tell from the figure that it has long dark hair. It's wearing a completely black outfit, and they're both figures well, that figure is feminine. The other figure, as it's falling, you see that it has curly red hair, but as it's falling, see, oddly enough, it seems to be tearing off its garments that it.
Okay. I am going to spend 2 points of Gnosis.
Okay.
I am going to use my Black Cat's Luck gift on both of them. However, I will be providing the black-haired figure with unnaturally, ridiculously good luck to the point of that I'm spending the point of Gnosis so that it's like miraculous levels of luck. And I will be doing miraculous levels of bad luck to the red-haired one because I know that description well.
You know that description very well, actually.
So how do you enact this gift?
I basically announced that I'm doing it. Then I would roll Wits plus Enigmas. I only need to get 1 success. Spending the Gnosis will crank the luck up to miraculous. If you want the successes to amplify it more, then you can have the successes count for even more ridiculous levels. But the Gnosis already will make it ridiculous.
Right.
There's no actual mechanical, like, this specific happens. It's completely up to you, but it's it's like crazy levels of good luck and crazy levels of bad luck. Like, win the lottery, good luck, or get struck by lightning twice in a row, bad luck kind of craziness.
Get struck in the lightning while falling hundreds of feet to death?
Something like that, yeah. So you want me to roll it?
Yes, please.
All right. What did it say the difficulty was? 7.
7. Got it.
That is 3 successes on one of them, and that is 5 successes on the second.
Jeez. All right. So, feel the gifts take hold on your 2 subjects. Ivy, Vera is suddenly buoyed by a sense of positivity.
Oh, can her jacket turn into a parachute?
Instantly blame Mark.
Is she wearing a jacket?
She's wearing like a black dress that has like the long sleeves. So like she's not wearing a jacket per se, but she
Blind
is
squirrel?
wearing one. No, like a
Blind
bat.
squirrel, blind
More like
squirrel.
a bat.
Blind squirrel!
No, bat.
No. Bat.
Bat.
So
Secretly a bat.
that can't make you fly. I don't care.
No, it cannot. No.
But as you're following, you can see Kinsley clearly. She seems to be caught up in her clothing, like almost like she's gotten tied up in it and she can no longer use her arms. What are you feel, that you can direct yourself in the air.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
There's water below me?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
But falling from this height,
Oh yeah.
hitting water
it's
is like
gonna-
hitting cement.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. Actually, she's going. I'm going to like work on getting one of her boots unzipped and drop it in the water first to create a splash before she hits the water. That way, there's
Trying
already
to break the water tension.
exactly. That's already what she's gonna do that first.
Okay.
She knows her boots are heavy, so she's gonna do that to both of them.
All
Unzip
right.
them and be like, oh shit, as she's like unzipping them and dropping them, and aiming for where they're hitting.
Gotcha. All right, so you unzip your boots with a natural alacrity, and you literally just kind of have the time to literally just hurl them down ahead of you, and you're doing your best to aim for your boots.
Yep.
For some reason, you are unerringly on target. You're just able to literally follow and chase the boots down through the air.
She's keeping that in the back of her mind of, that's weird. That's very weird. She has an
So-
inkling of why that is, but then it's also like, he's not around right now.
So you guys are
Or
up in
so
the
she
car.
thought.
You guys are up in the car with Molly, and Molly, you see that Molly has one of those containers out in her hand, and she hands it over to Rosaline, and she says, "Just hold it out, sweetie. We're gonna have to get close." Emery's, what are you gonna do?
Do we see the two women falling from the?
Yep.
She just fell. She just fell from the. I'm going to. I hope I can do this. Goodness gracious. Let me. I'm going to aim my staff towards Vera, and I want to try and use forces to arrest her momentum.
Vulgar magics.
Oh,
Absolutely vulgar.
it's less vulgar than what I was going to do. Shit. Can I like use forces to create like a gust of wind under her to kind of slow her descent?
Less vulgar, but still vulgar. Forces is almost always vulgar if you use it in public.
That's fair.
It's just the nature of that magic.
Do you want some even less vulgar stuff as suggestions?
Yes, I would love less vulgar as suggestions.
Why don't you instead target the water with something that'll constantly break the surface tension so there's literally no surface tension at all in the water? Then she really will just be plummeting into water.
That's a great idea. I'm going to do that. Do that
Okay.
instead.
All right.
So yeah, I'm gonna at first aim at Vera, then see like her trajectory, and like, oh no, and just, like send a current of air to pretty much break the surface tension of the water and kind of keep it rippling so that it does not kill her when she lands.
Got it. So it's definitely within your visual range, so you don't have to worry anything about correspondence because you can see it easily. You're going to be using forces, basically just disrupt the thing. Go ahead and take me in a rete roll.
Okay.
The difficulty is going to be a 8.
All right, I'm gonna spend 2 willpower to give me a couple successes there.
You're not changing the substance of the water in any way, shape, or form. Not doing anything to. You're just strictly using like the wind to mess it up, right?
Yeah. So 2 successes on top of the other 2 from my willpower.
Yep. No ones.
No ones.
You feel 1 point of paradox.
Of course I do.
You know, you were kind of expecting it. You get basically you get a little bit of a nosebleed, and so
That's
you
fair.
basically fire out, and the wind is now slamming into the surface of the water. You can see it almost looks like when helicopters come down.
Yeah.
The water get broken up like that. It almost looks like that's happening underneath Vera. All right, and so Vera, so as you are holding out the container, Rosaline, the car just goes into this steep diving banking turn, and the dragons are fighting with each other overhead, and you notice that between the dragons there is this silver lightning that's coming off of the Dragon of Magic, and there is this black lightning coming off of Legion, and it's just crackling all across them, and Molly literally does this banking turn, and she goes shooting. Like they're kind of locked together up here like this. She goes shooting right underneath them, where their tails are lashing back and forth by the car, and it's so it's going to be. I want you make me a roll.
What kind of roll?
Athletics. X probably.
And while all of this is happening, I'm just sitting there chant like this constant stream of chanting. I am the eye of the storm. I am the eye of the storm. I am the eye of the storm.
Hype yourself up, Emery.
Light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up.
I love the difference. Emrys is like all stressing over it, and Mark's like, she'll be okay. I gave her good
Here's
luck.
some good luck. Have
Hi.
fun. Go buy
Emrys
yourself
doesn't know
something
that.
nice.
I just look at Vera's like, this sounds like feels like something Mark would do, but Mark's not around, and Mark's just like, she's fine.
What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is going to be a 7.
Oh, that's fine. I got 3 successes.
That's
Nice.
wonderful. So you basically are just trying to hold your balance. This container is so big you have to hold it with 2 hands. So you're kind of sitting up in the seat.
No, I see. She's like half hanging out the window.
Yeah, there's no window. It doesn't have the top up. It's convertible. So yeah, so you're just like holding it up, and you're just getting it high as you can up there, as you come through, and bolts of the lightning trail off of the two dragons and hit that copper top, and you see and you can feel this thing just get infused with power. And as you bring it down, in front of you, inside of it, you see the two energies, dark energy and the light energy, just slamming and colliding together inside the container. It's almost like it's still fighting in the container itself.
Oh my god. Molly, is it supposed to be doing this?
Molly's like, she's got her goggles on. She's like, she's like, this is kind of the first time I used them this way.
That's good to know.
Theoretically, it's good.
Okay, then we need. Okay, Emery.
Yes.
Emery's just like concentrating.
Oh shit! After he's done, we need to head back to the house, get Plan B, and go.
Molly's like, we need more.
God
The reason I brought 5.
All right,
The
let's.
eye of the storm. Eye of the storm.
Pandora. The sept. Everyone's looking at each other. And then Maria looks at you and she says, I hope one of those is on our side.
Yes. Not the smaller one is on our side, but don't worry about the size. That's technically the one that like holds reality together. I think. It's like all magic. All of it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
She so she says she looks around the sept and she says, we need to bring both of them back here. Says, use whatever gifts, whatever abilities you have. We need them over here, not over the water. And you see a bunch of the wolves just like start running down towards the end of the park that's on the waterfront. And you see that regular people who are like walking the park at night, they are screaming and taking off. And you see people who are werewolves turn into Crinos form and like roar at all the spectators. And you've never seen this reaction in people before. They just start tearing away, doing everything they can to get away from these things. They're flipping out. They're not even, put it this way, there's people who are like getting into their car. They have car keys in their hand in a parking lot. They just drop the keys and start running. They can't even think well enough to actually realize that they could have just gotten in their car and driven off.
Your terror.
Yeah, they're just booking it off. And the rest of the wolves are just like pelting, hauling ass. Most of them are slipping it either into Hispo or into Lupus forms because they're trying to go as fast as possible. And they're making down to the beach. Vera, the last thing you see before you hit the water is she seems to be falling a little bit faster than you, but you see Kinsley. She impacts the water, and you literally see her kind of almost sit on the surface of the water for a second before she just suddenly sinks under. And literally a shockwave goes out from where she hit.
Oh, ouch.
And so you basically you do the whole diver thing. You cross your feet, you cross your arms, and you just go.
Yep.
And there's barely any resistance except a shit ton of water goes up.
Of course, she's good. Of course. Of course.
But yeah, you go deep down underwater, all the way to the point where there's very little light down here. But the cool thing is you don't breathe.
Yeah, it's not like I need the air. It's
You ain't
fine.
gonna drown. So you're sitting there and you like, are you gonna try and swim it? Are you gonna try and walk on the bottom? What are you gonna do?
She's gonna swim up because there's a lot going on. She's not quite sure if Kinsley is still here, so she's gonna start swimming to the top.
Okay. So you make it up to the surface and you look around and you see no sign of Kinsley anywhere. Actually, you see one thing. because she was trying to get out of her clothing when she was falling. See what looks to be the remains of her dress that she was wearing. It's like ripped and torn, but it's like floating on the surface.
Nope. And I just start swimming as quickly as I can to shore.
Gotcha. No problem. And I'm not going to make you make any type of athletics roll. It's not like it's difficult water, choppy water, or anything like that. You're just making for shore. It's a good ways away, but
She's going to swim on her back because she's a stronger backstroke. So she's swimming on her back leisurely as best she can.
Watching the dragons fight over your head?
Watching the dragons fight over our head.
Gotcha.
If it wasn't for the dragons, this would be quite a nice night.
So you're swinging. You're doing the backstroke. Mark, what are you doing? Were you following the werewolves?
No, I'm asking Maria real quick. Why are we bringing them back over here?
Maria's currently a wolf, and she's running.
She also transformed.
Yep.
Immediately after she gave the command?
Yep. Everyone transformed when she gave the command.
Okay.
Either into Krynos to literally intentionally cause the delirium to make people run off, or they transferred it. They changed into forms to move fast.
Ray, I'm just trying to calculate in my head then, why would they want to bring them back here? Because I'm afraid this could go very, very south if they've got a side plan.
You're probably thinking because they're werewolves and there's giant monsters and they usually associate those with... So they're probably going to try and bring it down so they can fight it and kill it. Maybe both of them.
Is Pandora still next to me?
Oh, nope. Pandora went lupus and started bolting with everybody else.
I'm gonna
She gets
pull
to
up my
run with the
phone.
group. She gets to run with the group.
I'm gonna pull up my phone and I'm gonna text the group.
They begin. All the wolves begin howling and yipping and barking. Hunting calls.
I'm gonna just group chat. Pretty sure y'all are in the flying car. So just FYI, there's a swarm of werewolves that probably think both dragons are of the worm and have the intent of killing both of them. And they're in wolf form now, and I can't communicate anything to them any longer. So yeah, and Pandora ran off too, so I don't even have a translator.
Rose reads this out loud to Emery.
You have time to grab your phone?
Abso-fucking-lutely. Before we get battery number 2. She reads it out loud, and then Rose unintentionally, she's trying to say okay, but it comes out LOL smiley face, and it just sends it.
So, Ray, I'm gonna do 2 things. First, I'm gonna start by using spirit species. There's gotta be spirits around here because it's a moot. So I'm gonna beseech the spirits to communicate to Maria and the others that the small dragon is not a creature of the worm and is vital to Gaia existing, and only the large black dragon is a threat to Gaia. Because I'm pretty sure the spirits can communicate that to them, even in that's going to be my translators now. Please, I think they're about to do something very bad. If they kill that dragon, all of reality is going to end, including you. So please explain to her, Gaia has to have that small dragon survive. It's critical to Gaia's life that dragon lives. Only attack the black one. If they hurt the small dragon, they are hurting Gaia.
Got it.
And then I am going to send extremely great luck to, I'm now going to call that dragon Falcor, and extremely horrible luck to the black dragon.
All right.
Nice.
So make me the roll for the luck. Does that take it off of Kinsley? Or can you
No.
just do it to multiple people?
Because I keep spending Gnosis points. I'm going through Gnosis like crazy right now.
I figured. Oh, there's 6 ranks for where.
All right, that is 4 successes for Falcor, and 4
The other one's
successes for
Legion.
Bad Dragon. Yeah, Legion,
So
sorry.
special.
He has a name.
Legion. I'm Legion. We get it. You shop at Hot Topic. Calm down.
And then I guess maybe ask the spirits, if there's something I can do to help in this battle. that's beneficial? Maybe they got like an idea of what's going on.
The spirits
Yeah.
tell you. Basically, the spirits are. Their opinion is that you should get the fuck out of here because there is a lot of death in the air tonight.
Great. Can you please just let me know what Maria's response is? Because I really, really need her to understand, like, that one dragon's got to live or they're going to kill Gaia.
Gotcha. They do indicate that they will bring you back the response.
Yeah. And I guess I'm going to head down towards the beach and try to deal with some of the chaos and the panic with the people, maybe?
Yeah, the humans are just, no one's sticking around. They're all fucking running. Different, all away from the wolves.
Okay, so I know what I'm going to do, Ray. I'm just going to tell you so that I don't have to interrupt any more of this combat scene. I'm going to run around, and I am going to collect their phone numbers and stuff and information, and then apologize profusely for the indie film the horror movie that's being filmed. But I need their information because some of the shots include them, and so I have to pay them as background extras now, and I'm going to have to get them to sign the releases to use them in the film.
You understand what the delirium does to people, right?
Right, I do get that. But I also know that the delirium is usually explained away or forgotten. So I'm trying to give them an explain away moment in case they don't forget.
But they have to be rational enough to be able to understand you, and they're still in monkey brain. Like
They're in full on lizard brain right now.
Yeah,
They're not even in
absolutely.
monkey brain. They're in like fish brain.
Yeah.
Like,
they're like predator. That's all.
yeah. They're in full on.
And it's
fish
really
brain right
sucky
now.
to get near a lot of them because most of them have peed themselves.
Hmm.
They're trying to become distasteful as food.
By the way, Pandora's like swimming in the water now.
So when you get down to the water, Pandora, you see that Maria
Doggy paddling.
is in her wolf form. She comes out of her wolf form and she's flanked by 2 other wolves, and they all three of them hit 3 separate notes, but they're pitch perfect. And as they do that, you see that the black dragon's head snaps around, and the black dragon shoves off of the silver gray dragon and begins making a beeline for the beach as the tones of the song begin to undulate.
Okay, Ray, change of plan. I'm going with them.
Oh, now you wanted to.
Beer's like shit.
No, look, I can't talk to these people. If they're going to bring a dragon down here to fight, that I can do.
This power is fucking stupid because you can't even defend against it unless you can spend Gnosis.
Most of the werewolf powers that are really, really high rank are bad because they don't have a lot of defenses against them.
Yeah, it's just like you can, and they roll fucking stupid for the performance roll, and that's it. Oh my god. And I don't even think any werewolf has that many points of Gnosis. Anyway, so the dragon is flying towards the beach.
I'm going to shift into my version of Krynos.
Okay, that's the first time we've seen this.
No, technically, I did it at a Fairy Fae party one time, remember?
No, I meant this group has seen it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm... Dragon, I mean...
I know. Alright, so you shift into Krynos. You're...
And then I will be going into Sunclaws.
You're not going to bring out your blade?
I don't have it. It's back at my den realm.
Oh, I thought you could never mind. Sorry. Can't do the pocket thing.
No, I can't do a pocket thing.
Yep.
And
Alright.
I didn't want to try to take it on a plane. I'm pretty sure I could have got it past airport security, but it just didn't seem like the right thing to do.
So, Rose, Molly's like, we're going to come around again, get another one. Emery's, you saw
Aye.
Vera go into the water. What now? Rose?
Rose said aye.
You said the one. What are you going to do with the one you have that's full?
She's gonna gently put it in the back seat.
With Emery's?
Yes.
And Emery's is gonna like once he sees Vera has gotten into the water, he's gonna look over just in time to see Rose like trying to move the other one. He's gonna drop his staff into the seat and like help her kind of
Emery's that pot holds more quintessence than you've ever seen channeled into anything.
Okay, so yeah, definitely a magical nuke. Like, all right, very careful.
Huh?
Can we do 2 at a time?
And she says, "I don't know. Did that one fill up already?"
The first one did. We're going on the second one.
All right. Yeah, you can try and hold up 2. They're heavy.
Give me another one.
She'll hand one over, and then Rose is going to lean out of the car again. Let's go.
Molly begins backing the car around. As you come around and you get a good look, you see the dragons are no longer fighting. The silver dragon looks like it's recovering, trying to figure out what's going on, and the black dragon is making for the shore. And you see on the shore. Oh, thank you very much for the follow the real anonymous one, the real one anonymous. Sorry. And the dragon is the black dragon is making towards the shore. The silver dragon looks like it's probably going to start pursuing the black one, and you see that there is a large group of creatures on the shore, and the dragon is the black dragon is beelining for the shore at top speed. So there's still like lightning cracking off of each of them, but there's no interplay, and it's nowhere near as powerful as it was. And Molly's like, we have to get them fighting again.
Emerson's gonna yell at the silver dragon. It's going near people. We have to get it away from the people.
You see the silver dragon looks over at you, and it just like dips its head and begins it's taking off after the black dragon.
Yes, let's go.
So you guys come flying down. Pandora, as you're sitting out in the water, you see the black dragon is coming in. It's Vera over your head. The black dragon just swoops by. Pretty low, actually. And it's going past you towards the shore, the same direction you were swimming toward. The Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is like shaking as it's trying to keep up with the dragons.
I have no idea what's happening. She's just like, what
Vera,
is
you see an old beat up jalopy of a car go flying over your head, and you distinctly see that Emery's and Roz are leaning out the side of the car.
Like, all of Vera thinks as she's swimming, she's like, what is my undeath? Like, what is
Yeah, wait, Pandora's like aiming for Vera.
How far am I from shore?
Yeah, like how far away is she?
She's ways out there. She's probably gonna be there in a bit, but she's ways out there.
On the way, dear. It was on the way, dearie.
The dogs are good
We're
swimmers.
gonna go on that date. God damn it!
Dogs are pretty good
It's
swimmers,
the last
but
thing I do.
your creatures will probably
Literally.
actually swim a lot faster.
If it is literally the death of me.
So you guys are. So the dragon is coming towards the beach. Shitty Bang Bang is following the silver. Oh, and by the way, Vera, you see in front of the car the silver dragon streaks over your head. So the black dragon comes down to the beach. It rears up right before it lands on the beach, snapping its wings out and stopping its flight as it comes up and stands and is like hovering over the beach and looking down at these 3 werewolves that are singing. And it raises its head, and you see it like it's holding its head back, and you recognize from the red dragon from the last time that it looks like it's about to use some kind of breath weapon. And right as it's going to snap its head forward, the silver dragon impacts into his back.
Yeah.
And slams both of them into the beach, creating a furrow in the sand or the rocks as it just crushes into the rocks. And there is, another giant crack of sound as this contact happens, and the 2 dragons are kind of like tumbling through, and like werewolf bodies are flying everywhere as the dragons are like bashing
in
through
the
it.
water and like tread water for a second.
Yeah.
Like off and back. I watch this, and in her mind she's like, "There's a beach full of werewolves and dragons. looking around. Is there anywhere else I can
Is
go?
there anywhere else
There
to
is
go?
not. Great. I have to go towards the unfamiliar werewolves and the 2 dragons fighting on the beach. Okay. And
Do me
Swifty's
a
swimming.
favor.
Oh.
Make me a wits and alertness roll.
Ooh.
Difficulty's a 7.
Difficulty's a 7. Okay. Wits 3, alertness 1. So 4. 4. 10. Let's roll. Let's see. Okay, well, I got 1 9, a 5, and 2 4s, but no failures.
Okay, so that's 1 success. With 1 success, you can see that coming from the beach, still a ways off because it's dog paddling, there is one of the wolves swimming out towards you.
I'm just gonna squint. What is happening? And she's just gonna go back to swimming on her back. She's like, I'm just gonna keep swimming.
Just keep swimming.
That's exactly what it is. She's just like, Emery and Rose are in a flying car. There's dragons and werewolves like on the beach. Like, I don't know where the hell Kinsley is. I'm just gonna keep swimming.
Gotcha. So you're swimming. The dog's dog paddling. As you guys, the Shiti Bang is coming in, you see that the 2 dragons, like I said, are tumbled up in the rocks of the beach. They're locked in combat. The werewolves have been thrown into chaos as bodies have gone flying from the dragons impacting the beach. They're beginning to regather themselves. Molly sets the car down onto the beach, but she can't really drive it after the dragons because of the rocky shoreline. So she's like on foot, and she bails out of the car, and she grabs another one of the containers, and she begins running towards where the dragons are fighting. Are you two following her?
Yeah, I'm grabbing my staff. I'm like putting it under my arm, and I'm got the other container. And it's all right.
Let's go.
So as you guys are running out there, the first thing you notice is some of the werewolves who have recovered faster are like running at the dragons, and they're leaping at them, and the dragons are already locked back into combat. They're tearing into each other again. And as you see this, those red and those black and those white silver lightning bolts are firing off them again. And you see this, werewolves leap at them to try and attack either one of them, and the lightning bolts go out and hit the werewolves, and the werewolves go flying again.
Oh shit!
And they're smoking.
Emery's, we got this.
I certainly hope so. Shit!
Molly kind of looks over her shoulder and she grins, like the one time in your life when you want to get struck by lightning.
Apparently.
So she goes running towards the dragons again. Mark.
Yes.
You come down to the beach just in time to see the dragons impact into the beach and the werewolves go flying. You see the car landing, and you see Rosaline and Emery's and a third person you don't know getting out of the car, and they're holding these weird containers, and they're running towards the dragon. You don't see any sign of Vera. You don't see any sign of Pandora. What are you going to do?
Well, Pandora's got Vera. I am running towards the Legion dragon.
Okay.
Have I already seen the werewolves jump at it and get shocked back by the lightning, or has that not happened yet?
No, you saw that.
Okay, then I'm going to run towards it. My plan, though, is to dodge the lightning and then start ripping into the dragon.
Okay. So you're splitting a dice pool, or you're using rage to do more than one action.
Oh, I'm going to be using rage.
Gotcha.
Nice.
So you come flying down the beach. You can see the dragons locked in combat. You see your friends running up from the ocean side of the beach. You're coming down from the park side of the beach, and you're running past other werewolves. You can see that there's bodies on the ground that are smoking, that have huge burned holes in them from the lightning hitting them, and they're alive, and you can see that they're trying to regenerate, but it looks like whatever that is does ag. So you come running down, and you go. So I need you to make me a dexterity and athletics roll as you're running up to it.
Okay.
And then tell me how many points of rage you're spending.
4. That is
4?
the maximum I can spend.
Yep. Difficulty on the dodge roll is going to be a 8.
Okay. That is 3 successes.
So so hang on one second. I gotta see how much damage you're gonna dodge out of it. You got 3 successes?
Oh, no, sir, 4. I have
4?
a 10.
No, perfect. So as you're going, as you're running towards it, one of the lightning bolts comes whipping down. One of the black lightning bolts comes whipping down, and it's hard to judge at first because it's just dancing through the sky. But at the last second, you see where it's cutting to, and you just twist out of the way as a lightning bolt goes right by you, and literally, your fur stands up on end. It got that close.
So my
but you
plan then
totally
is
dodge
to
it.
like land next to the dragon, rip my claws into it, and just keep running down the dragon with my claws out, because I'm basically throwing 3 attacks into this.
Okay,
So I just kind of like am narrating, like I'm just dragging the claws down as much of its surface area as I can.
got it. So first off, you need to make me the attack roll.
Okay.
Both these are 6. Not really super hard to hit something this big.
No, it shouldn't be. Oh, oops, that's wrong. I
Break it.
changed the wrong number. I changed them to 11-sided dice.
11-sided dice.
Oops. See, I'm not the only one who forgets how many sides there are in dice.
No,
Well, I put the wrong number in the wrong area.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not the only one who doesn't know how dice work.
All right, the first one's not so great. It's only 4 successes. Do you want me to roll the other 2?
Hang on a second. So you got 4 successes in the attack. Okay, so are you gonna keep track of your extra dice for damage?
Yes.
Okay, because you're gonna do 3 separate damage rolls if you hit all 3 times. So go ahead and roll the next one.
All right. So the second one is 13 successes.
Jesus!
Holy hand baskets!
Go!
I am loving this dice roller right now. And then the last one is only 7. I mean, anything after 13 is going to be an only.
Still hand baskets.
All right, so the first one,
Lots.
you're gonna get your strength, and then I think, are you using sun claws?
Yes.
So that's strength. The claws are 2, and what does the sun claw give you?
Claws are +1 for me.
+1. Okay. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
But the Sun Claws, if this thing counts as undead, vampiric, or susceptible to the sun, it does extra health levels instead of extra dice. So I just need to know if it's levels or dice.
Levels.
Okay. All right. So then it's my strength +1 plus the number of successes you said I got over. So how many did I go over on these 3 rolls? What did I need to get to hit it? Just 1?
Oh no, to hit it you need just 1, but I'm doing its armor right now.
Okay. So then what's the armor?
So the
I can
first
subtract?
one is you did 4 extra health levels, and then
No, it's 2 extra health levels in the end.
oh, okay.
But I have to roll the other dice to figure out how much total damage there is.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, please.
So, yeah, because the armor will take away from the soaks. So
Yes.
then, all right. So that will be. All right. So that one is that number, and then.
If you like more of our content, please check us out at twitch.tv /Dag Show for more of this content. Fun shows like this one.
Math.
Lots of dice.
Lots of dice.
All
Sponsored
right.
by people like you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh. You know what's funny? Our husband was like, "Why do you need to buy more D10 today?" Because of moments like this.
Yep.
Legit.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
buy another
Ray,
set of
the
defense.
first attack is 8 levels of ag.
Okay.
The second attack is 13 levels of ag.
Hang on a second. I gotta do math now.
Oh my god.
8
8
levels
plus
of ag.
13.
21.
21, yep.
Well, he's got armor though, so it's taken away from
Yeah,
each
yeah,
one
yeah.
of these hits separately.
13.
That's
you
why
said
I'm
the second
breaking
one
them
was?
down. So the first one was 8,
Huh?
the second one is 13,
Huh?
and the last one is 9.
Alrighty.
Oh, it's 30. It's a clean 30.
Dirty
Well,
30.
so you
But I don't know how much
rip-
armor it's got.
Yeah. you reach out and you slam your claws into it, and you begin running down the length of it. It's basically running down the length of its side and along its ribs. And as you're running down the length of it, your claws are ripping into it, but there is a huge amount of resistance as you realize that the scales themselves are insanely thick. So most of your damage is ripping into the scales itself. But as you're doing it, you do see black blood start welling out, which means you cut into actual flesh beneath the scales. But the scales seem to take a shit ton of the damage for you. Like
as I would imagine.
Yeah, like your hands were like this deep and hitting scale. So yes, it is bad.
Does that by any chance get its attention? Because I have a bad feeling it's got attention on me now.
Oh, it's roaring in pain. So yeah, you're probably gonna get its attention really, really good. All right, so next is all right, so Mark, you did that. I'm gonna switch over to Pandora and Vera. Vera, you're still backstroking. Pandora, you see her backstroking towards you. What are you gonna do? Vera, you hear splashing coming at you.
I'm like doggy paddling in overdrive. Like,
She stops again and it's like treads water and it's like.
See, you can definitely tell now that, well, it's dark actually. No, it's a full moon, that's right. So you definitely can see that it is Pandora's in her wolf form coming out towards you.
How many feet away is she?
Just like maybe 15, 20 feet away.
Okay. Vera thinks I could call out to her. She probably won't hear me over all the splashing. I'll wait here.
I'll wait here. So you're like, I'll wait here. And Pandora, you're swimming out towards Vera.
uh-huh.
Hang on one second.
Oh no.
I swear to God.
If Kinsley jumps up and grabs her foot, I swear to God.
She grabbed a little. It would be funny as hell though. She grabbed like Pandora's tail under the water or some shit.
Oh my God.
Pandora,
Yeah.
something grabs a hold of both your back paws, and you are ripped underwater.
Oh, I immediately start.
And it's bad because I need air. So
I know, that's why Vera's like,
bad.
shit. And she immediately starts like swimming as fast as she can to where she saw Pandora go down. And
Gotcha.
dives. Like she instantly dives under.
I mean, I'm gonna look down. Can I see anything?
Yes,
Oh,
Yep.
what?
you see.
An asshole?
No, you see. You see Kinsley under
Yeah.
the water,
An asshole?
An asshole.
and she's holding onto your feet.
Uh-huh.
She's kicking backwards, and she is pulling you underwater fast. And you're moving very fast because her kick strokes are like powerful as all fuck, and it's acting like a boat propeller almost. You're moving so fast you can see the bottom coming.
I dive. I am diving and swimming
You
as
just
fast
see
as I can.
Pandora shoot into the darkness. She's down.
I have an inkling. I know I know there's somebody else in this water. So Vera's like, shit. Dive,
as an
dive, dive.
empath, I can sense that it might.
Oh
be.
my God.
I have a sense.
Fucking
Like,
hell.
maybe.
I don't, like, is there anything I can do in this situation? Like,
Attempt to kick her off.
You can
Yeah,
try and
like-
attack her. You can try and change form. You're in lupus right now.
Ooh,
maybe
do the thing.
can I
Do the
shift?
thing.
Can I shift into Krenos?
Yes, you may.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
All right, give me
Yeah.
a roll.
Okay, what's the roll?
It is. God, now I forgot the skill.
Stamina plus primal
Stamina
urge.
plus primal urge. That's
Kid. Don't fail me, lesbian dice.
it
I think your difficulty is 6.
is.
Yeah, I'm assuming yeah.
For Krenos, it's 6.
Well, I have my sheet, but I'm just assuming they're the same difficulties.
I think they are. I never really looked at it, so
I got 2 successes.
problem. You shift into Krenos form. She can spend rage the same turn she shifts, can't she?
Yeah, she can.
So are you going to spend any rage to do anything else?
Yeah. Can I spend rage to like try and attack her? Like
Yes.
sweep down.
So for every point of rage you spend, get an extra action, but you can spend a maximum of 4 points of rage.
No, you can spend a maximum of half of your rage rounded up in a round without having to worry about going into a frenzy. Your actions max out at either your wits or your dex, whichever is lower. So if you have like a low stat in one of those two, that maximizes your extra actions.
Okay, well my wits is a 1, so
you take 1 extra action.
yeah, so I'm gonna
Hydrate,
use...
posture, check, and stretch.
That's a lot.
It's a Jim Bob / sweet tea special.
I was gonna say, is it sweet tea?
No, it's actually Celtic drinking.
Oh, nice.
Helen, I'm gonna bully you.
Oh no.
She's serious. She'll do it.
She will do it.
All right,
See, I can get away with it because that is a friend of mine that I actually know. Like, go see an actual meat space, as a lot of people call it.
The meat space.
So you're looking at making so you're gonna make an attack. How many points? First off, you can only take 1 extra action because you're wits. So that really requires you only spend 1 point of rage.
Yeah.
So you spend 1 point of rage, and you are looking at attacking her. So you're gonna make me a Dex plus Brawl roll.
Yeah.
And I assume you're using your claws.
Yeah. And I'm gonna spend a willpower to get at least 1 success for this.
Got it.
All right. Oh wait, what's the DC on the attack?
The D6. Hi, Kel. Wrap it up in about 15 minutes. Oh boy.
Oh, I love the sound of that. I love
Yo! I got 7 successes.
Nice.
That's a lot of success.
Rock hard.
So the way this works
Shit.
is every success past the initial success to hit, unless I tell you you need more than 1 success to hit, which I didn't, then every success past the first equals to an extra dice on the damage roll. The damage roll is going to be your strength plus 1 for claws. So how many dots do you have of strength in Krenos?
Okay. I have 9.
9? So that is, so you have 10 dice there, plus you had 7 successes, which means you have another 6 dice. So you're rolling a grand total of 16 dice
See,
for damage.
that's more dice than I own.
Yep.
So this is why I have to get more dice. Okay, so I'm gonna roll the first 10 and then re-roll. And then is it a 6 again?
Yes.
And Milagros, 1 extra dice. Your claws are better than mine. You have strength plus 2. I only have strength plus 1.
Oh, sorry. So it's
So
not
is that
17? 17 total.
Okay.
So roll you're still rolling the first 10.
Oh no, I rolled the first 10 and I got 3 10s,
Oh,
2 8s, a 6 and a 7.
Nice.
And now I'm rolling the other 7.
7 successes for the first one.
I got another 10.
I don't feel like she's the kind of vampire like
7,
Gangrel Primogen that has a lot of like
9.
fortitude or those kinds of things.
Okay, so I got 4 10s, 2 9s, 2 7s, and 2 8s.
What's the total successes?
Do the 10s count as 2?
I don't think they do on damage.
Okay, just checking.
Because you can't take a specialty in damage.
10.
10 total?
10 successes. Yep.
All
She
right.
can only soak with fortitude.
Oh, yeah, I know. Does that mean she gets to use her stamina dice to soak too, or just her fortitude? I thought so.
Just her fortitude. Unless she has like a really high powered gift in fortitude, which usually is like above 5, you don't get to add the extra stamina dice. It's literally just your fortitude dice. and they're not even automatic. You have to roll them.
All right. Pandora, you spin around and begin ripping into Kinsley. You are almost lost in the aggression and the anger. Your first thought is just to rip and tear. Basically what you... Describe how you completely dismember Kinsley.
So I don't know like all the details of their past, but I know that she was putting Vera in danger. So I'm just seeing red. I want her turned into minced meat. Like, well, like I don't know if you guys have seen the Resident Evil movies, but that one like laser thing that turns into like square slices.
Grid?
Of meat. Yeah, the
laser
grid. Yeah, I want her in cubes. Okay. She stuck a worm in Rose's car and did all that crazy shit, and she was endangering Vera. I don't know what she intended, but obviously it wasn't good. So she's getting turned into cubes. Okay, fuck you.
Gotcha.
Like,
Ripping her into chum.
Yeah, you are swimming down there, and it's getting dark and
he
dim.
was like, I'm gonna help, and it's just
But you
brown
see that instead of Kinsley dragging down this wolf, all of a sudden there is this huge form in the water. Literally, you feel almost a shockwave of water coming off of it as it suddenly disturbs a huge amount of water away from it, as it's now occupying like 2 to 3 times the space it was. And all you see is Kinsley's a huge clawed arm come out and grab Kinsley. She disappears into the shadow of this thing, and then pieces just start flying away as you see claws ripping in, and you just there's stuff just floating in the water everywhere. Bones, a jaw, fingers.
Well,
It all instantly begins to sink because
Yeah, my first worry was, shit, Pandora is being dragged down, but now I'm like, I think she can handle it. I didn't have to breathe though, so I'm just gonna float here.
I don't have to breathe though. So.
I'm more worried that Pandora will do this and then not be able to get back up to the surface. So I'm gonna float here.
All right. So let's go ahead and go back over to.
Oh no! What if Pandora gets hurt? Yeah, never mind.
Going over to Emery's and Rosaline in the running up. You guys are coming up, and as you're running up on the creature, what I'm gonna need you both to do is make on the creatures is make me an Dex plus Athletics roll. And what you're doing is you're trying to get close enough to them to get a lightning bolt to try and hit you, while at the same time not getting crushed by 2 gigantic dragons that are rolling around fighting on the shore.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna spend a willpower to give myself another success.
Alright, what's the difficulty?
Difficulty is an 8.
And I think just cashed in a...
Yes, you did. You have a +1.
Cool. Come here, dice.
Oh, nice. So that's 2 extra successes. So that's a total of 3. And one of them was a 10, which shouldn't matter because, but my
you don't have a trained. You don't have
I
a
don't have a
special
trained skill in either one of them. Yeah.
3 successes.
No problem. That's enough. So you guys go running up, and as you get close enough, and you're avoiding all the targets, you basically are holding out the pots. Lightning bolts strike each one of the pots, filling it up. This time, one is a separate golden bolt, white bolt, and the other one is one of the black-red bolts. And so each one of you has a pot filled with that energy. And you see Molly is moving around, and she is basically got her pot in her hands, and she has a mixed lightning bolt hit that one, so it's another blend of energy. And then she's like, that's enough, and she spins around and starts running away.
Shit.
As you guys are making towards the car, you see the black dragon is just doing immense amounts of damage to the silver, to the dragon of magic. As you come running up, you come running back to Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Mark, what are you doing?
I I am now going to target these attacks to the weaker spots in the dragon. There's got to be areas where it's not scaled, and I'm going to start digging for those softer, less scaled areas now. But I'm going to unleash another fury of attacks on this sucker.
Okay, so since you're doing a targeted attack, your difficulty goes up by 3, so it's a 9. But instead of you will get 9, so you're going to get you'll be able to double your damage dice pool.
Nice.
That sounds very risky, but I'll take it. You know what? Let's split this. I'm going to do 2 targeted attacks and 2 non-targeted attacks, and we'll see which ends up going better.
Okay. Spending the 4 again?
Yes, it cost me a permanent point of rage.
Oh, shit.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you just got to burn some resources to get things done the right way. I have cycled through a good chunk of rage now.
Yes,
All
you
right.
have.
I feel like it's worth it. Cool.
I'm
All
sorry.
right.
I'm just picturing like if the moot comes back around. So I'm imagining that obviously we can't just go back to normal after this. But Pandora's like, it's like, so remember the last time we tried to have this? Yeah. So I turned someone to ground beef. I don't know if that counts toward renown or anything, but she was allegedly super powerful. I don't know.
Allegedly.
Should have
Allegedly.
taken.
Dude,
that
vampires
forgiveness
versus
to give it-
werewolves, it's always fucked up for the vampires.
Nah,
She was like a friend of this girl, kind of like the ex-girlfriend, and kind of just tore her to shreds.
yeah,
So,
they kind of just literally eliminated her from the physical plane,
and the
she's
competition.
gone. Yeah.
You said double the damage dice, right?
Yes.
Okay. So,
How many successes did you get total?
first one is 8.
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
So then that's going to be this many. Okay. Back. All right, so the first one is 14 points of damage. The second one was 5 to hit, so that's 3 less. That one is 8 points of damage. And the next one was 5 to hit, so that would be 4 extra times 2 is 8 extra. So that'll be that many dice of damage. Okay, so that one is 7. And then the last one was only 3 to hit, so that's 2, that's 4. So that's this many dice of damage. So the last one is 12. So it's 14 to hit, then 8 damage, then 7, then 12. But the last, yeah, well, I don't know if the last 2 are bypassing armor also or not, or you're still counting armor. But the last 2
were you targeting every single time?
No, the last 2 were targeted.
Okay, last 2 are targeted. Then
so
only
14
those
and
get
8.
doubled.
Okay, huh?
Only
Oh
those
yeah, no,
last-
I know. I only doubled the last 2.
Okay.
But it's 14 damage, 8 damage, 7 damage, 12 damage.
Yeah, I got mathing really fast.
I'm really hoping that Mark takes down this thing, because I think that's a huge amount of renown in the middle of all these werewolves to be the one that actually took down the big black dragon.
Okay, Vera, I don't know if you wanted to be the one to rip your ex-girlfriend to shreds, but is it okay that I did it, and can we still go out for coffee?
Still go out for coffee after.
Pandora's just covered in Kinsley's blood. I don't know if you wanted to be the one to do that, but she was trying to drown me.
I'm
so.
sorry if he did.
Yeah,
but
I'm sorry to steal your thunder, but she was trying to drown me. It's okay though. Do you still want to go for coffee?
It's if we're okay, would you
Yeah,
still want
yeah.
Mark.
Yeah.
Where are you placing the attacks? You're targeting them on the joints and shit like that, or?
So I'd probably start heading back up towards its head, because that's probably where most of the weak spots are.
Mhm.
So I'm probably just ripping back down it as I'm headed back in that direction.
Mhm.
And then I'm going for some soft spot that's up closer to its head.
Okay. So you basically get up and you kind of like are cutting up its belly, using the initial attacks to kind of climb up it as you're moving it, and then you get up and you basically just kind of plunge your claws into that soft spot in the joint of the shoulder and the arm, and you just like cut in, and there's very little protection there. You cut in huge furrows into the beast, and there is just black ichor spouting all over you as you hit something, because it is roaring in pain, and you hit a vein or artery in this thing, because you're just being covered in this black ichor now.
You hit it in
and
the
I
jugular.
need you to make me a gnosis roll.
Ooh,
Difficulty is 8.
probably not great. Difficulty 8. Only 2 successes.
All right. So, hang on one second. I gotta look something up real fast. So, do you know what Hirano is?
I've read about it a little bit. Yeah, it's been a long time.
I can't remember the Bastet have their own name for it. As you are covered in this ichor, Mark,
Okay.
you feel depression, anguish, hopelessness. Feel the earth dying around you. You feel the hopelessness of the fight that you're trying to undertake, try and save Gaia. You feel the loneliness of being one of the last of your kind. You feel humiliation at having to go to a werewolf step to try and gain renown and honor. You can increase your own ranks. All these feelings are overwhelming as you enter Hirano. And you are cut off from your rage.
Oof.
But the dragon is still incredibly hurt. So right now, you guys, the rest of the Sept is up and fighting at this point. The silver dragon is now looking in much better shape than the black. And the silver dragon rears back its head and lets forth that burst of that same light that she did downstairs when it hit Finn with it, the actual doppelganger. And it bathes the entire area in this blinding whiteness. The werewolves are coated in it. Mark, you're coated in it. Everyone in this area is just bathed in this blinding light. As the light disappears, you see that there is no black dragon, no silver dragon. The werewolves are kind of all looking around. You see that there is, on the back of the car, you can visibly see that the cocoon that Finn had been, and the golem had been placed in, is on the back of the car. Like Molly apparently moved it there.
Molly, did you put him in the trunk?
Now I have him strapped to the back of the car, but as you look, the chrysalis that he's in breaks away.
Oh, no.
And there's no sign of the seeming at all. There is just the body.
What has happened?
as you guys are looking, the body sits up.
Oh shit! Okay.
And it looks down at itself, and it looks at its hands, turns its hands over, and looks around. And it says, where am I?
We're still in San Francisco. We're at the beach.
Thought you might want a tan.
Hear Finn's voice. He says, what's going on?
Welcome back. Hi.
Yeah, welcome back, bud. That. Oh no!
Oh no.
You right bastard!
Oh no!
He's climbing down off the car,
motherfucker.
and Molly's like, it could be only temporary. You don't know. He's bound into it. I don't know what the Dragonfire did. And Finn climbs down. He's naked. He climbs down out of the car.
You're naked.
He's like, I'm sorry.
I take off my coat, or I take off Penny's coat rather, and I just kind of drape it over him. Oh, it's all good, man. Just
Thank you.
You want to put that
Yeah.
on? Don't want to get exposed.
Rosaline, you can see his seat. It is there. It is attached to this body. And he kind of
Yeah.
looks around and he says,
Mhm.
what are all these people?
Okay. I don't know half of these people, but this is Emery's.
Hi, friend.
That is Molly.
Also
Like,
friend.
Molly's like raising both eyebrows. Hi.
No. No, Molly. No.
Absolutely.
So, like, I'm Rosaline.
Looks like nods.
I-
Oh, we got
Mark-
raided.
Mark is somewhere. I don't know where Pandora and Vera are.
Oh shit!
Thank you
And
for the-
I start looking out towards the
Thank you for the
lake,
Raidmeister
see if I
Pestin.
can see them.
So, Mark is there. He's a little ways off, but he is. Oh, and Mark, you're in Hamid.
Hmm.
So
I
you
think- That's Mark.
Mark, describe yourself in full Hamid, Mark.
Think of the most like stereotypical like frame for like a high school geek with no muscle mass,
Oh.
and that's Mark and Hamid. So
Wow.
if he's still enclosed, none of them fit anymore. They're all way too big.
Yeah, he's
So at
still
this point, like
enclosed.
he's literally having to. Well, he's not even trying, but like he'd have to hold his pants up if he wanted to stay up. But at this point, he's just like let them fall off, and he's like slipped his feet out from the pants legs, and he's just like
Mhm.
walking off like up the beach towards the car again, and he's just walking off in his underwear and his oversized shirt.
And as he kind of looks around, he says, "I don't understand any of this."
We'll explain
Back at the house.
back at the house. Yeah, it's a lot.
Tuck will be happy to see you. Oh.
We'll explain.
Shit.
So,
Okay.
Rosaline, did you walk up to him, by the way?
Yeah.
As you get up to him, what did Finn's eyes look like, by the way?
They were pretty bright green.
Bright green? So as you walk up to him, the one thing that is out of place, he has the iris of a reptile.
You.
Golden eyes of a dragon.
Oh no! Fucking switched one vessel for another. Okay.
She'll call Emery's.
What?
The dragon's in him now.
That's a good place to stop for the night.
You red bastard!
The dragon's in him now. Very good.
Yeah, and Emery's would just like hang his head.
Oh, we have a hydrate. For those who rated us, if you're still here, sorry, we were just in the middle of wrapping up for the evening. But if you did rate us and you want to give us a follow, we are going to be giving away this set of D&D core books when we hit 1,000 followers. It's the Player's Guide, Monsters Manual, the DMG, plus this GM screen. In the slipcase, it is the special edition, so that means it is the foil embossed covers, not the regular covers. So they'll be shiny, sparkly, and different. And if you choose, you can go ahead and use those as your main books, and you won't have to write your name on the edge when you take them to the game store, because they will be very different from everyone else's. And we are already at 791 followers as of right now, so we are getting very close to this giveaway. So if you want to, you do not have to. Oh, thank you very much, Mystery Pester. Yeah, so
Fuck. Well, bright side, the dragon's no longer in Penny.
Yeah,
It's doing this to spite me.
it is.
Probably is.
All the
It
times you
probably
called it a
is.
lizard, it hurt you.
Ugh.
Well, at least we have one threat gone, and that's fucking Kinsley. She's fucking dead. Extra dead this time.
Are you
Yeah.
sure? Though? Are
Utopia
you sure?
turned her into Chow.
You mean Pandora?
Pandora.
Pandora,
Pandora turned
wrong
her into
stream.
Chow. Wrong
That's
stream.
tomorrow.
Wrong
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Utopia's tomorrow.
Listen, if Pandora has to gather up all the fucking pieces and set those on fire too, she will.
Phrasing.
It's like, where's Pandora? Oh, she's gone out with a net and is just gathering bits.
He's like fighting for the crabs to get the rest of Kinsley.
Literally. Like, you are never bothering Vera again.
Vera, sorry, Ivy, how are you?
I'm good.
You're good.
Oh, I'm good.
I love that. Oh, I'm good. I'm real
Oh,
good.
I'm good.
She appreciated the meme I made.
It's very good. It's
Oh
very
shit, I didn't see it. It's in the chat.
It's real good.
There's
It's
so
in the
Ray,
Emerald
Ray,
Sanctums.
there's so many memes.
There's
I
so many
know. You
memes.
guys should put these in the show channel so
We
everyone
will.
else can see them.
We
Oh
will.
my god, look
Yeah.
at all this stuff.
But Ivy has to
Holy
put them in
shit.
order so people can experience the progression.
Oh my
Legit.
god. I'm literally still scrolling. Okay. So everybody, thank you so much for those who stuck around to the end. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much for the raid. That was amazing, and thank you. This is our Tuesday night show. It is a World of Darkness Orphans campaign, and it is our Outcast the Pariah campaign. So we have a little bit of everything. We have Sphinx, who is playing Emery's Grant, an Order of Hermes Mage. We have Milagros, who's playing Pandora, who is a Black Furies Arun werewolf. We have Jonathan, who's playing Mark, who is a damn it, I know it's Simba Bastet. And then we have Ivy, who is playing Vera Rota, a La Sombra vampire. We have M, who is playing Countess Rosaline, who is a she changeling. And we play this game every Tuesday, starting about 8 o'clock. And we pretty much are getting ready to get into the end of the first arc. So it should be really, 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 really good. Oh, that's just the players. It's still dark. Plus, I did stick a dragon in Rosaline's fiance, so.
Yeah.
Not the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
Not the way you're thinking. There's a different way.
And not in the spicy way in any way, shape, or
Not-
form.
If you do want to
in the bard
experience the
way.
spicy way, I have a Patreon. I will be
Speaking of
getting
that-
on that. I will be
speaking
getting
of
on
that,
that this year, finally.
Almost everyone on this channel is some kind of content creator. So if you want to, you can give them a follow. There is Milagros' info. If you want to find that Patreon, so you can get a hold of Milagros' spicy content, there is a link to her information right there. You can go find it on there. Giggity.
Giggity.
And then there is Sphinx's information. You can find all of his links there. Sphinx is also a prolific content creator himself. He has his own show that he runs every other Friday. Is that happening this Friday?
It
Or is it
is
next
happening
Friday?
this Friday.
It's this
That's
Friday?
This Friday.
Yeah. So he
Agents
has
of the Circle, baby.
yes, and over on ADHD.
ADH Adventures.
And so, guys, and he has tons of other shows he's on as well. Ivy is on Dice Cream Sandwiches on Mondays. She's got a stream she's going to start running this week on Friday. She is debuting her 5E campaign, which she hasn't even named yet because I'm bugging her because I want to create the channel for it in our Discord. And
Because I want you in your first session to find out what your name's gonna be.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
never
that's
mind.
valid.
That's valid. That's valid.
Yeah.
So, but that debuts this Friday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to follow all of Ivy's content, you can find her links here. And then, of course, we have M, who runs our Saturday morning Monster Hearts 2 show. It starts at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. M makes me get up really early. But it's a Monster Hearts campaign, and it is basically, what would it be like if you were back in college? Now what it would be like if you were back in college and you were a cryptid. Oh yeah, and there's a bunch of other cryptids, and
Yeah.
it never
We're
goes.
getting near the end of season 1.
I know. I want at least one
Nice.
more level up before this ends.
Well, there has to be 5. Ezekiel, I think, is sitting at 4 right now.
Yeah. That's just because his rolls have sucked. In Monster Hearts 2, it's a Powered by the Apocalypse scenario, so you only get XP by failing rolls.
Or offering up a experience point by spinning a string
Yep.
on somebody.
And someone here, not mentioning any names, but someone has 20 some odd strings on other people and never spends them.
I spent like
You
a
spent
whole
3.
one.
You
A
spent
whole
3.
one.
Yeah, I spent
No.
3. Okay, yeah. See, I spent 3. Okay.
But imagine if you had spent all your strings, we probably would have leveled by now.
No, but see, we're
Ending
getting
the
into this
season.
big fight, and I've got strings on everybody, so I'm gonna be like, hey, I might not be able to fight, but I do have blackmail
Oh
material
no,
on
you
all
can
you
fight.
bitches.
You can fight.
Kill the
can
dragon
fight.
by himself.
You can fight.
Tune in on Saturday to see if Optica can fight. The answer is no, but
So anyway, if you guys want to follow us at Dinner and a Game and all of our social media, you can find us here on our link tree. Remember, we are doing giveaways here for the set of books just by following us here. We're doing giveaways on our TikTok, where we're going to be giving away this 3D printed Wizard's Tower when we hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, and we are at 940. TikTok is at 939 followers, so we hit 1,000 followers, we're going to give away this 3D printed tower. And then every single show we do a raffle, and that raffle is for tickets for a chance to win the mini of the month. We do a 20-minute giveaway window. It's random once a session, and if you get in the window and you have to be a follower, you'll get 1 ticket per show, and if you're a subscriber, you get 2 tickets per show. This month's mini happens to be the Undead Knight on the Undead Dragon from the Bloodright Red Rain series of miniatures from Archvillain Games. Now, the key thing about these minis is they're not for sale retail. They are 3D printed sculpts that you can only get if you have a 3D printer to print them out with. So, if you guys want a chance to get this mini is on a 75 millimeter base. So if you know what 75 millimeters, how big 75 millimeters is, and you can see how much farther out than 75 millimeters the wingspan of this thing is, you know that's a damn big mini, and it is insanely gorgeous. So if you want a chance to win that, tune into the show, be a part of the show when the raffle goes live, and get your tickets. And like I said, 1 ticket for followers, 2 tickets for subscribers, and we're doing that drawing at the end of this month. So we've just also started giving away the tickets. So getting in now means you have more chance to get more tickets. Other than that, does anyone have anything they want to imps?
My ride?
My ride? Gonna pimp my ride.
I
Oh,
heard
the
you
fact
like
is,
cars.
I'm running a secondary show here starting in August or September.
see when that comes up because you still saying August or September.
Yeah, it really depends on when we're done recording for Star Wars 5e Lost Planet. We
Got it.
are wrapping it up. It'll be around August 1st when we're done.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and check this out. What we're going to do now is we're going to pick a stream and we're going to raid them. So we're going to take you guys with us and we're going to show them some love. As we've said, everyone here, well, except for Jonathan, who's the only one smart enough to stay off social media, everyone here is a content creator of some kind. That's why I put their links up in chat so you can go give them a follow. One of the best things you can do for any small content creator is just go follow them. Because we just create this because we love the hobby. We love hanging out with each other, and we love hanging out with you guys. And so if you guys like what we do, give us a follow. If you like these other people on the screen, give them a follow because they make their own content and they're just as amazing as, you know, they are there as they are here. So it's amazing all the way around. So give them a follow if you can. Does anyone have any recommendations for the raid tonight?
Vancouver by Night is on.
I was just about to say them, yeah.
Oh, there they are. Why didn't they come up on my list?
Seriously though,
follow them.
join our Discord. The memes are popping right now.
Oh god, the memes are insane.
They are immaculate.
Ivy was like,
right now.
I'm just swimming in the bay. I'm gonna make 46 memes.
Yes, and they're all good. They're all
They
good.
are amazeballs.
So yes, thank you very much. You're braver than I thought. So we're gonna go ahead and give a raid over to Vancouver by Night. Remember, at dinner game we always save you a seat at the table. If you have to go anywhere, wear a mask, social distancing. Surges are gonna be a thing for us from now on. We have to get used to it and do our best to be careful. But
Yeah, considering we might be hitting a second pandemic before too long,
yes,
we're doing great.
I understand. But be careful. We want you to come back week after week and watch the shows we produce, hang out with us in chat. We love you. We're gonna go raid Vancouver by Night. Let them know Dinner and a Game sent you. Show them some love, and if you haven't yet, give them a follow because they're amazing creators as well. We love you all. We'll see you next time. See you tomorrow night for Kingdoms of Mist, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Friday for Ivy's show's debut, which has no name. It's the Ivy Show,